Hello everyone, welcome. This is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan coming to you Friday night, or Friday, wherever you might be. Saturday for some of you guys. For me though, Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So wherever you're at, wherever you find yourself on this planet, bookmark this time. You don't bookmark times, you add times to, or events to calendars or your AI personal assistant, Chat GPT-5, whatever you got. Just remember to come here every Friday at this time and we will get together and talk about, we will. I have all messed up today, guys. I can't speak right. I think I'm just really tired from my workout. It's not vegan brain frog. It's nothing like that. No, it's just just tired. I had a good little workout today, feeling super chill. So welcome everyone. Aloha. We got Peter and Metalhead and Beautissimo and AJ and Gladys and Trini and Uncle and Nikki. So we have like 2 moderators on, so that's great. So no trolls are gonna get through. Hello, Broken Zen. Yeah, there's Uncle. I should just read Uncle's script there. Can you write me scripts, Uncle? From HHV Long Beach, California. It's Friday Night Live, one night only, monster trucks. No, no, we're not doing any monster trucks here tonight, so I just got a little excited there. Anyway, that's my little voiceover actor kicking into effect there. What's going on, Peter? Next weekend, you volunteer your local vegan festival. Then weekend after that, you go away, and end of the month, you're at vegan camp out in the UK. Awesome! Oh, you're gonna be busy as hell there. Awesome, Peter. Good for you. Let's see, AJ, you're making vegan eggplant parm from scratch for the first time. Well, let us know how that goes. Peter, yeah, all day at the gym today for about an hour and a half or so. I was in my Zero shoes. I didn't play any games. I really feel like though, if I play, like every time I played games, I switched to my regular Nikes just because I don't think, I'm not sure if or when I'll be ready to really play games because I don't know. I either have a combination in my left, it's all on my left foot, and it's a combo of like, I don't think my left toes are fully strong yet, and it hasn't, more importantly, just hasn't recovered from this big hyper stretch I did the first time I played games in them. So until I feel like zero pain in that left toe, I'm not going to play any games. And I felt pretty good today until maybe like an hour 15 in. I was doing some like I wasn't doing crossovers. I was just doing some work from the top of the key, doing some jab steps, and then just going into like a quick drive to the basket. And when I was pushing off my left foot, I felt that toe again. I think I have to correct a habit too. I got to make sure that I'm not like pushing off with my toes. I should be pushing off on the bottom front part of the foot. But I guess I used to have all these years of being getting away with it in my regular Nike high tops. You can push off on the toes and get away with it. But anyway, yeah, that's it. I don't think I'll be playing any games for a little bit. I would say it would probably be at least a month or 2 before I feel comfy playing any like full on games, unless I'm playing with some old guys or something like that. If I'm playing with like fit like 25-year-olds, no. If I've been playing with like my 50-year-old friends or whatever, if I see them, I'll try it out, see how it goes. But I'm working out in them all the time. Foot's getting stronger, and it's adapting to the more minimal shoe. What's the biggest difference with these Zero basketball shoes than anything is that it's the wide toe box that takes getting used to. I like everything else. Everything about it is fine. Just that wide toe box I'm not used to in basketball. So all these years and decades of playing basketball, I just have my brain trained to plant my toes when I shouldn't be sometimes. So anyway, yeah, I can't really pull that off right now in the Zero shoes. So anyway, what else you guys doing? Hey, Milo from the Big Island, aloha. Let's see what else is going on. Let's see, Blood Rose. Wow, what are you talking about there? Never thought I would hear the excuse of bacteria and alien invasions. How desperate are meat eaters getting now? What are you talking about there? Whoa, what's that in reference to? I want to know about that. Is there someone I can respond to? Uncle, could I bandage or wrap the toe? Well, the toe isn't really like injured to be bandaged, I don't think. I guess I could like buddy tape it. Have you heard of buddy taping? You like tape it to the next like digit next to it. I guess I could try that perhaps. But I think that's just kind of a crutch. I really got to get the toe strengthened. Like, I think it hasn't fully healed yet. It was like around a month ago when I did that hyper stretch. So it just needs to fully recover. And then I think in the meantime, I'm building strength up in the toes, working out, like doing all my basketball workouts in the Zero shoes. But anyway, thanks guys for getting me those shoes. They've been fun. I love wearing them. I just love the footwork. What's cool about wearing them while I train and switching over to the Nikes when I play actual games against people, it's that, the Nikes don't feel as free, but I'm still like using all the good footwork that I've, that's been getting ingrained in my brain from training in the Zero shoes. Okay, so Peter, you got a new pair of shoes from Field Grounds. Oh, cool. I think I've heard of almost. Actually, I should mention right off the top tonight, Sarah / late model. She's not going to be with us tonight. She let us know that she's making dinner for her family tonight. I know she does that typically on, I think, Sundays, but maybe it's happened again tonight. I didn't ask, but we miss you, Sarah. And if you're watching after the fact, hello, and I hope you had a good dinner with your family. Who knows? Maybe she has us turned on in the background right now if she's cooking. Who knows? But anyway, we'll let everyone know that we won't be seeing her tonight unless she just pops in for a sec, but that's where she's at. Let's see. Broken, am I sponsored by the shoe brand? I wish. No, I paid full price. I had to wait till they got them back in stock. No, I received zero of anything whatsoever. Paid full price. Just ordered them like a normal human being and tested them out like a normal human being. If anyone wants to set up a sponsorship though with Zero shoes, I'm totally down. I've seen some other nice shoes of theirs that look cool just for general wearing and running. I could use a new pair of running shoes, a nice new pair of I like their Dylan shoes just for like stylish walking around sneakers. Wow, yeah, I could really drop a little small fortune at Zero if I had a small fortune to part with right now, but unfortunately other things. What's a normal human being? A normal human being is one who isn't sponsored by a shoe company. Let's see, if I do a few videos, Zero will probably send me a free pair for shoes. Yeah, they might. I've seen them, I've seen people reviewing Zero shoes on YouTube, so yeah, who knows, maybe they'll reach out once they see I'm Happy Healthy Vegan, like 200,000 subscribers, been around for a while, and I'm reviewing their shoes. Maybe they will. I'll mention, I'll do a review of the shoes, and I'll just mention, wow, I really would love to get a pair of the Dylan shoes. Maybe they'll send me a pair. So that's a good idea, Peter. I'll do that. I mean, I'll review them with the hope that they might send me a pair of Dylan's, or maybe some running shoes too. Nikki, you want me to be sponsored by Big Broccoli? Hey, Big Broccoli, if you're listening, have your people contact my people. Why don't you fax over a contract? We'll work out a deal, okay? There's another accent. I did the monster truck one earlier, so now you got my agent, my entertainment agent accent. Okay, Blood Rose. So this alien invasions, insane comments made by a neighbor this week. I wish they would at least try logic. Can you give me the shape of the argument about how an alien invasion is the reason why veganism sucks or is debunked? I don't see the connection just on the face of it, how an alien invasion has any relationship to debunking or weakening veganism. So if you can give me the shape of what they're saying, I would love it. Just my curiosity. A broken sin. Yeah, I ran today after I did my basketball workout in the gym. I just did, I'm not a runner anymore, but I just ran around the gym, so I got over half a mile just to get some basic, not cardio, what's it called? Just that fitness, running at zone 2, zone 3, do that for a little bit, and just breaking in those shoes more so my feet get used to the wide toe box and all. But yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I haven't really made a big decision on a running shoe. I haven't been doing too much outdoor running right now, just running in the basketball court. But I do have a decent pair of Ultras that seem to have a little bit of life. And I have one that doesn't have too much life, but sometimes I'll run in those in the basketball court. But for outdoor, I have a pair that's got a decent amount of life, at least by my standards. I wear things till they're broken, their holes or they're not functioning right anymore. I'm kind of like a 1930s Depression era person in that regard. Hang on one second. I think I have too much light over here. 1 second. Okay. Coming on back here with y'all. I said, Uncle, break it in your feet to fit the shoes. Well, the shoes fit and everything. I'm just telling you I just want to get my toes, like when you're wearing a more minimal shoe like this, every time you're wearing it, if your feet aren't already fully adapted to wearing minimal shoes, there's a, what's that called? There's a, you're adding more muscle, whatever. You need to recover as the parts that that were once weaker are getting stronger. That's kind of happening with these shoes too. The training effect or whatever that's called. So yeah, they fit perfectly fine. Yeah, the fit is awesome. I just got to get my my toes stronger. I mean, I think my toes are perfectly strong for minimalist shoe running when you're just like running, but basketball has really funky movements where you're just putting enormous pressures on your toes that you shouldn't be doing and when you're running. So that's the part that's getting tricky for me. And I wish I didn't get that kind of weird toe sprain the first time I wore them. That just kind of set me back from being able to really play games in them. So I think that's just going to take a while to heal. Sprains take a long time, I can still play. I'm fine, but I wouldn't want to play in those shoes right now. Let's see, VLAM. Yeah, VLAM brings up a counterpart to Blood Rose's neighbors. I want to hear this, how alien invasions relate to debunking veganism. But VLAM said, yeah, if aliens were to invade Earth, we'd want them to be vegan, right? For sure, right? You would love some vegan space aliens invading Earth rather than some flesh-eating. Like, if they're really from some other distant planet, odds are they probably wouldn't eat flesh. They probably have some other form of life, What's the odds of the random chances that led to mammals that happened on another planet too? Mammals with flesh and blood, it's just kind of bizarre that they'd have the same types of creatures that we have here on Earth. Yeah, Broken Zen, what I'm talking about. Yeah, you run your shoes into the ground too. Yeah, it's cool. Get your money's worth, right? Unless we're made of like billionaire cash. Yeah, get your money's worth. I'm not made of billionaire cash. Uncle, adaptive foot fit. What is that? Okay, so Nikki's take on the aliens is that if they want to eat us, you would think vegans taste the best. If peaceful aliens, then they would save the vegans first, huh? Okay, so Blood Rose here. Okay, here's the argument from your neighbors. So they know you're vegan and said that you kill bacteria in the kitchen by cleaning. Did you ask them how that has anything to do with animal cruelty and exploitation? I didn't know vegans, because we have compassion for animals, mammals specifically, that we need to have compassion for microbes? That's no. It's like the ahimsa concept. I talk about it all the time, how anti-vegans conveniently take it upon themselves to define veganism in such an effed up way that no human could ever possibly and practically follow it, because it's impossible. So we were killing we can't even kill bacteria. Anyway, told them meat has dangerous bacteria, hence more cleaning. When they realized how weak they sounded, they used then did they go to the alien argument? Because that's what I'm most interested in. I really don't see how aliens have anything to do with it. Like I'm just trying to take a wild guess. So if aliens from outer space, and I'm just trying to imagine what your neighbors might have said. I'm just freestyling here. So if aliens who have traveled interstellar distances in their high-tech space starcraft landed on Earth and found us. No, I don't want to see. I think you might have your answer there. What you said there. What your neighbor said. They found us. They would want to eat us. Is that the argument? Because they're higher than like he or she or it. In the case of aliens, that which is most intelligent gets to eat the dumber creatures. Is that the argument they're going to put out? Because that one is filled with peril. Let's see if that's what they said. Neighbor said about practicing killing for future defense. Killing? Like, does your neighbor like go out into their yard and shoot animals and eat those animals? Like, what are they talking about? Future killing for defense? Those animals are defenseless if they are killing animals out in the yard, which I really doubt. There's nothing. You're not learning anything about how to operate a firearm by getting in your, I assume, SUV and driving to Stater Brothers or Whole Foods or whatever. That's just a weird answer. Didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Let's see. Neighbors about practicing killing for future defense. How stupid. Told them the stance, but they shut off. But tell me about the aliens. Is that right? Are they thinking the aliens undoubtedly would be more intelligent than all us humans? So the aliens, by virtue of them being more intelligent than the humans, that would give them the moral right, the justification to eat humans? Is that where they're going with that? Yeah, AJ. Yeah, it's just absurd. It's like non-vegans don't like wipe away bacteria and microbes. No, it's like we're not able to because we won't eat a cow or pig or chicken and other mammals. We can't clean bacteria. I mean, do they even logic? Do they not see the difference between a microbe and a cow? I mean, they know it, but they're just throwing shit out there. They're throwing shit on the walls.
I'm going to leave
Oops, wrong one. They're just throwing shit on the wall at Blood Rose 75 and seeing what sticks, and they're seeing that I think Blood Rose is showing them that it would the bacteria would be smarter than your neighbors. Really, it's starting to sound like it. These silly stories. Yeah, they think we're Janus, but even Janus have to like step on microbes. They can't not harm what they cannot see. You know, you can't see microbes. Oh man, this is great. Hey Heidi, aliens, you would think the aliens probably wouldn't need to eat. And if they did need to eat, they traveled interstellar distances to get to Earth. You would think such advanced aliens would have their eating situation wired totally down, right? They wouldn't, we've been eating all this star people, alien food for all these years and months on the Starcraft. Now that we're at Earth, we're going to eat all these carbon-based biological creatures, which we've never eaten before. That makes no sense. You'd think they'd have their eating situation perfectly handled. You don't think aliens are hanging around here much anymore? I don't know. That suggests that they were here in the past. Well, that's the ancient astronaut theory. I tell you, I love that show. I haven't watched it in a long time. I just find it entertaining. It's not like I always agree with their hypotheses or anything. Once in a while, I think the ancient astronaut theory hypothesis for certain specific episodes, certain specific things they're discussing might be the best explanation. That's not always the case, but I go, okay, yeah, how did they move these 100-ton rocks 1,000 years ago without cranes and electricity and put these precise markings on them or whatever, you know, straight lines, like laser cut? Like, I don't know. I mean, that's as good as any hypothesis because I can't see primitive people like placing these 100-ton rocks thousands of years ago. Like, what's going on? You know, I don't have a better explanation, as crazy as that sounds. That's not always the case, though. It's an entertaining show. But I would definitely not classify myself as an ancient astronaut theorist. I'm kind of ancient astronaut curious at best. I don't even believe in aliens for that matter, but I think it's an entertaining show. They travel around the world. I was going to ask you guys, speaking of mysteries, in our washer and dryer, this thing came out. I don't know. I don't think it's part of the dryer. It's like maybe something I had in my pocket, maybe, or it's a brand new dryer. This looks so prim. Like, any idea what this is? It's like, it kind of snaps. Maybe it's something from the kitchen, like a. I don't know. Anyone know what this might be? I don't want to throw it away, but I'm afraid to. I mean, I kind of want to throw it away, but I don't know what it is. Let me know if anyone knows what this is. I guess I could take a photo and do a Google reverse image search or something like that. I'm just trying to figure out what the heck this is. Like, it's kind of weird when you like go take your clothes out of the dryer and you find this. I don't even remember seeing this, but I think it might just be something from the kitchen that got in there or something. I don't know. Let me know. So anyway, thanks. Thanks, Mark E. Moon. Welcome to the Happy Fam. You're one of us now. Say hello if you'd like to. Let's see, Travis. Yeah, you're right. This is an interstellar alien technology alloy for sure, huh? It looks like it came from some kind of clip, huh? I'm going to throw it away. I'll have regrets, though. Maybe it is some kind of interstellar alien alloy, and I'm going to throw away like something that if the scientists could get a hold of this, it would like revolutionize materials science and save humanity with all its like amazing properties that the aliens are able to utilize that humans heretofore, is that the right word, have not been able to harness. So I don't know. I'm going to take a chance and get rid of this thing, I guess. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure what the hell. I don't have anything. Yeah, it might have handles originally, but I can't recall any object that I have or have used. Oh shit, I just flicked it. It hit my face. Oh my god, I gotta slow-mo the video later and watch it. Anyway, I found it. I'm gonna put it back before I kill myself. Good thing I have glasses on. I think I could have poked my eye. Damn. You see VD getting a hold of this? Yeah, deficient vegan YouTuber gouges eye in a vegan brain fog moment on live stream. You know, that would have been awesome. A hinge from the washer? Huh. That's an interesting point. So I didn't think of that theory, Heidi. So you're thinking this could have came from the washing machine, fell off in the washer somehow, and ended up in the dryer. That's an actually really good idea, Heidi. I never even considered that. I will not throw this away. I'll kind of look around in the washer and see if anything's missing. Like, where would it be? Like, what part of the washer would you guess? I wouldn't even know where to look, but I'll just take a look, see if there's any other hinges like that. And maybe from the lid. I never noticed springy things like that in the washing machine before, but I can't say I was ever looking for one. But I'll try to remember when this live stream's over. Go look in the washer and see if there's anything else like that. It's like a really good idea. Let's see. AJ has a different hypothesis. AJ thinks it's a thread of the space-time continuum. It could possibly be some kind of ancient alien technology alloy, and it transcends the space-time continuum or something. But yeah, I think a more reasonable Occam's razor explanation would be, yeah, it's maybe from the lid of the washing machine and somehow got transferred into the dryer, and we weren't paying attention because you just take crap out of the washer, throw in the dryer, and not paying attention. Huh. Well, hopefully, I wonder if it needs the spring, because we've been washing clothes for a few weeks now, and without this thing, and everything's been cool, but maybe from the lid of the drawer. I'll take a look. Good ideas, guys. See, that's why I'm asking you guys. Travis, it's a vegan version of those hand grippers, so you can build up your hand strength to open jars. Because, yeah, Peter let me know about this clown that says he invented this hand gripper thing for vegans because we're so weak and we need to be able to open jars, and his hand gripper thing is the only thing that'll save us. Okay, check the door of the drum. Okay, I'm really not that technological when it comes to washing machines. Is the drum like the big thing that spins around, or like what? So just kind of know where you're. I guess I can Google washing machine drum. I'll just do that right now just to see what the hell it is. Washing. Oh man, that's all effed up. Oh gosh, AJ, for the spring investigation fund. Thank you, AJ. I might need to buy a new washing machine if this is messed up. But thanks, AJ. Let me see. Let me check the. Okay, I see. It's the big round thing. Okay. Okay. I will check it out. Damn. Hopefully that's not. It's working okay as far as I can tell. But thank you so much, AJ. Hopefully we won't have to put that into a new washer. But we probably should eventually, because we had to replace the dryer last November. And we got the washer and dryer around the same time, like over a decade, probably a dozen plus years ago. Could that be a door swing from the hinge? All right, you guys have some really good ideas. Okay. All right, thank you. You guys are really make me think. I really need to go look at all the door for the washer and dryer, for that matter. Have a look at them both. Could be the drum. Yeah, door swing maybe, huh? You guys have some excellent ideas. Google your brand model of your washer and dryer. You can download the whole parts list. Oh, that's a good idea too, Uncle. Yeah, just see if it has the spring in there. Huh. Okay, yeah, I have a top loader, VLAM. If you have a top loader, it's the stainless steel thing in the middle. Okay, and where do you think? Would it be on the top of it? Probably. I'll go take a look. You guys got me. I'm going to go look right now, but I won't go right now. You guys got me all curious. Like, you guys are onto something. Yeah, I don't know why it ended up here. Angie must have just put it on my desk because we had put it off to the side in the kitchen, and I just saw it on my desk. I'm going to ask you. It's here. I'm going to ask you guys what it is. Okay, you do think it looks like a washer door hinge. All right, that's the one I'm most suspicious of because I told the dryer's like 7 months old, if even that. It should be in top working condition. The washer, though, I told you over a dozen years old, so that one, yeah, it could start falling apart. But yeah, I'll take a look and see what I can find. I'll be super suspicious of the washer. Well, thank you guys. Thanks for helping out your vegan cult leader here with all the mysteries, or there's at least this one mystery here. So Blood Rose is telling Varlas that Blood Rose studied archaeology at University of Exeter. It teaches you logic and detail, so like you get frustrated by conspiracy theories. Hey, Mark, enjoying some vegan red beans and rice while you watch? Awesome. That sounds good. Yeah, right before the live stream, we had some Tuscan kale pilaf right out of the Happy Healthy Vegan Cookbook. We're debating, eat it before or after. Yeah, I was hungry. I went to the gym. We opted for before. Wow, AJ, you're still operating on a Maytag from the 80s? Awesome. Good for you, man. If I can keep mine working another decade or two, that'd be awesome. Uncle's having couscous, red quinoa, and arugula salad. Nice. Yeah, good, simple foods for our simple taste. Milo, cleanliness is next to godliness. I need to get our house cleaned a little bit better. I've been pretty slack lately. Heidi's eating a sweet green salad right now. Wow, you guys are eating really well. Healthy. Arugula, yes. Nikki says she had a tropical grill gifted to us at work for lunch today. What is tropical grill? Is that a place to eat, or is that like an actual grill, like a thing? So anyway, thanks for helping me potentially solve the mystery of the weird part. You guys are awesome. Yeah, I was just dumbfounded. I should have really thought it through. And what's the most simple explanation? That it fell off either the washer or dryer and ended up in our laundry basket. So yeah, that makes so much sense. So much sense. I'm so scatterbrained. I couldn't think it through like that. Okay, it is a restaurant. Okay, that's what I figured, Nikki. Yeah, I don't think we have those out here. AJ finally had a homegrown tomato and mayo sandwich first of the summer. Awesome. Yeah, aren't homegrown tomatoes the best? They're so delicious. I wish I took the time to grow them anymore, but I really can't anymore. Since our neighbor did some construction, I don't have a good... She blocks the sun with her construction thing, so I can't really... I don't think I have enough good sunshine to really grow a good tomato anymore. So anyway, no anti-vegans today, huh? It's going to be just us vegans. I don't think there's anything I can do to attract them. Yeah, no one's coming in to convince me to quit. Uncle Maytag, the loneliest repairman in the world. That was their slogan back when the 80s or 90s. But I think pretty much all of those types of appliances are made in China, Japan, or Korea. I don't think Maytag has any special thing anymore. Maybe they were made really well in the USA a long time ago, but hopefully they're not using that slogan anymore. But what about all the poor bacteria, though? I think the poor bacteria, Blood Rose, are going to be just fine. And if you happen to kill a few microbes when you clean your kitchen or something, you're still vegan. Oh, Dr. Michael Clapper is speaking at your vegan festival. Awesome. Cool. You have any questions you want to ask him? Someone pretend to try and debunk veganism for entertainment. Oh, Blood Rose, can you get your neighbors to come online right now? That'd be awesome. I would love your neighbors to come and tell us the alien invasion theory. Because, yeah, you never told us that. You told us the other one, the bacteria. I was just taking my guess on the alien theory. But I'd love them to come and tell us the alien theory of why we shouldn't be vegan. You can't be vegan, guys, because what if aliens from outer space came invaded Earth? You wouldn't be able to be vegan because I want to hear the because part. I know you're joking, Blood Rose. I know you're totally joking. Yeah, I was riffing with you there on the bacteria thing. Okay. Let's see. Let me check something really quick here. I remember like a few months ago, I did this thing where I brought like people on. I had trouble getting the audio working. I was going to see if I could try that again today, but I don't see how I did it anymore. I totally forgot. Let me just look at my settings here really quick, see if I see something. I don't know what I did that week or two. Crap. Let me look here. Maybe it's something in here. 1 second. I was thinking maybe I could bring one of you guys on right now, but I don't see it anymore. Crap. Oh, maybe this is it. Collab Cam. Let me see if that's it. Let's see. Oh, I think I see how to do it. Anyone want to come on and talk to us today for a couple minutes? I can try to set it up. See if I've ever had a problem with the audio before, and I think I fixed it. Let's see. Peter, thanks for being a member for 38 months. When you're going in the UK, going to see your 95-year-old grandma for her birthday, I hope she's still alive. And my aunt and grandpa died recently. Yeah, that was sad. String of relatives dying there, Peter. That's tough. I feel sorry for your dad. Let's see. You don't want to come on, Travis? You're indecent. Let's see. Yeah, let me see. Anyone want to try to come on right now? It's just super chill. Let me know if anyone. I think I sent a link. Let me see if that's how it works out. Let's see. Okay, I think I just send a link out if anyone wants to do it. Let me know. I can have like one guest come in. Let's see. So let me know if anyone wants to come in. We can like do a chat. What you need is I'll put a link in the chat, and if you want to do it, you can just like click it and then follow the directions. I think it'll turn on your camera and microphone, and we can check it out. So let me know if anyone wants to go for it right now. It's impromptu, yeah. So let's see what you guys are, if anyone's up to. You have no mic on that PC, Uncle? Damn. You don't have a modern one? Like, you know, like all of them, all new computers I thought have some kind of mic built in. You must be rocking an old vintage PC there, Uncle, which is awesome. You know, keep technology rolling as long as it can. That's my philosophy. Heck, my computer I have in the back room here that I like process orders and stuff on for our stores and stuff. It's from like 2010 or something like that. It runs like an ancient version of like Mac OS, like High Sierra or something like that. It's still chugging along. I can't use like Safari browser anymore. I have to use like Firefox on it. That's the only web browser that's still supported. Okay, so no one wants to come on, huh? Let's see. Well, I'll put the link. It's been working fine for over 10 years. Well, I'll just copy the link and see if anyone wants to chat with me. Okay, let me paste it here. Okay, I just put a little link down there. If anyone wants to come on live, you could join the stream and we could have a little chat first. We don't have to have a big one. It just could be chill. I just want to see if it works, you know, because remember I tried it for a few weeks and I think I got it working with Bill Seabury. We did like a little interview with Bill. That's the first time I got the audio to work. So, oh, I don't know. Are they out of this? I don't have any contact with Coldest anymore. You know, they just like sponsored us a little bit. I don't even think they sponsored. They sent me 2 of these bottles, which is awesome. I know they're expensive. And then we had a promo code and we got like a little percentage of it. And that was like for a month or 2, or if even that. Let's see. All right, so let's see. No one wants to come on. So I don't know, Nikki. I have nothing. I have no contact with the Coldest brand or people. You're shy too, AJ and V. And V's working, so she has a really good reason. You know, shouldn't be going on live streams and you know, doing a live chat with someone while you're working. Hey Don, Don Jackson, happy Friday to you too. Awesome. And V, congratulations and thank you, V, for being a happy fan member for 38 months. Damn, so we've been doing this for over 3 years now. Damn. Yeah, Peter's been doing it the whole time too, 38 months. Well, thanks for renewing your happy fams. Happy fam is our channel members. That's the cute little name we came up with. Let's see. Oh, no, the Spring site. Oh, I didn't know. Oh, speaking of Spring, I've been meaning to ask you, Peter, did you get any word back from Spring or Teespring? You know, you said they messed up your order. You ordered one of our t-shirts from them. I know you're in Canada. I thought it had something to do with tariffs or something like that, but let me know if you got any word back from them, because we've pursued that as far as we could on our end to find your order and inquire about it, but they said, no, you gotta, the customer needs to contact them. So let me know if that resolved or if you made any progress on that, because me and Angie want to know, you know. You're our friend and customer and we want to make sure you're taken care of. So yeah, please help us to help you. Oh, I'm sorry, Milo. Yeah, you can't talk. You have throat and mouth cancer. You're recovering. Teespring is a criminal enterprise? Tell us more about that. Well, let's see. Forever Young, you like to share some happy news. You've been plant-based for 10 weeks now. Coming from keto carnivore, you never thought you could do that. Wow, what made you come from keto carnivore to, are you vegan or eating plant-based? Meaning, are you here, you know, you're eating this way because of, you know, you're against animal cruelty and exploitation, or you switch because of some other reason? And maybe the animal cruelty and exploitation plays into it, but let us know. But Peter, I've had good luck with Teespring, actually. I've got a bunch of shirts of ours that we made on Teespring, had no problems from them. But it is kind of it's a business model that doesn't favor creators. I mean, they're doing everything. They're taking all the risks. They're printing the shirts, fulfilling the orders. So they take a huge cut. So it's really hard to really like make a lot of money selling shirts on there unless you're moving volume. Oh, well, you've heard some bad things about Teespring? Oh, maybe tell me. I hope it won't be too horrible. Oh yeah, Forever Young. I have a link right now. Do you see that link on the in the live chat? If anyone wants to come in and chat right now, like with their mic and or camera, you can just do one. If anyone's too shy to have their camera on, you can just come in with a microphone and not turn your camera on. But if anyone wants to come in right now, I have that link up there. Anyway, it says anyone to come on live, and I put a link. I haven't tested this out for a while. I thought it'd be kind of interesting if anyone wants to try it tonight, since I'm feeling kind of chill and experimental. Uncle, anyone notice prices going up? Veggies? No, prices are going up? I haven't noticed anything like that. What kind of craziness are you talking about there, Uncle? Prices are totally reasonable right now. Yeah, Todd, if you want to pop in, it's all good. Yeah, phone's totally fine. Yeah, it's actually probably easier on a phone because you know, it has the camera and mic built in, unlike Uncle's 10-year-old Compaq or Dell PC there or something like that without a mic. Yeah, if you want to hop in, Hos, but I have the link up there. If you don't say, just scroll up a little bit. It's about maybe 15 to 17 posts above the most recent one. So let's just scroll up in the live chat. If someone wants to come in, let me see. Yeah, I have the link there. We'll test it out. Yeah, I just feel like I should try something like different tonight. I don't know why. I just feel crazy, wild, and you know, adventurous. Let's see. I don't see anyone. I don't see anyone trying to come on. Oh, there's Dawn. Let's see. Dawn. Okay. Let me see if Dawn is ready to come on. All right, I think I got Dawn Jackson here. So let me make sure my let me grab some headphones just to be totally safe. Oh, cool. They're not all tangled up here. Well, they are a little bit. All right, let's see. Let me turn my speakers off. My hair looks crazy. All right, I'm gonna bring Dawn on. Let's see.
Can you hear me?
Oh, I hear you, Dawn. All right, guys, let us know if any of you guys can hear Dawn in the chat right now. So yeah, I think I figured out the audio issue that was plaguing us. I remember I tried bringing Sarah on, and we couldn't hear her. I could hear her, but you couldn't. Okay, so that is Dawn Jackson. So yes, you can hear Dawn. Dawn looks frozen right now. Uh-oh. No, what happened? It was working it was working. Let me see if there's anything I can do here. It's Dawn. Is Dawn frozen for you? It froze. Damn. Well, if anyone wants to try to come back on again, it worked for like what? We got it working for 5 seconds. How come I suck so bad at tech? I thought I was a tech person. But if you want to try to come on again, Dawn or Hos, or anyone, I have the link. Let me paste the link one more time. Chat with me. Okay, I just put the link back down into the chat there. So if anyone wants to come on and yeah, with a camera and or mic, or just a mic, whatever, it's all good. Well, I guess a camera wouldn't be any use without a mic. But yeah, mic and camera. You know, you just come on with a mic if you're feeling visually shy, if you're having a bad hair day or whatever, you know. Let's see. You have to go forever young? Well, cool. Glad you could be here as long or as short as you could. All right, let me see if I got anything going on here right now. Okay, Hos Vegan. Let's see. I see Hos. I'm going to bring Hos Vegan on. So he looks like he's ready. Let's see if this works out any better. All right. And when I bring him on, tell me if the volume is good. Is like compared to me, should I make him louder or softer? Let me know. So let's check it out. Hos Vegan.
What's up, Rod?
I got it. Did he freeze again?
No, I'm just messing with you.
Oh man, that looked good. That was perfect freeze there. So let me know, guys, if you guys can hear Hos Vegan and how is his volume compared to mine. So I see I can make some adjustments there. So all right, cool. So what's up, Hos Vegan?
Nothing much. I had to close the stream. I think that was the issue. Like I had the YouTube link open, so that might be what.
Yeah. If you're on the same, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, you probably can't be doing both at the same time. Yeah, I didn't think about that. So thanks for bringing that up. That's probably what the tech issue was with Dawn a few minutes ago.
So Ryan, I got a question.
Yeah.
Do you remember this?
Oh, wait a minute. Let me ask you, Uncle. Okay, the sound is good. Sound is about the same. Sounds right. Okay, back to your question. I've got our audio is good.
Yeah. So in like 2018, maybe.
Okay.
You and Angie did this like potluck in the park kind of thing, or just like a little meetup thing at Balboa Park in San Diego.
Yeah, we did it. Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, we did a whole bunch. That was our pretty much one and only that we did in San Diego. That was a crazy one. Yeah, it was like super
really
well attended.
A bunch there, but I don't know.
You were there.
I was there. Yeah.
It was big because me and Angie, our channel was probably peaking around then, and then Mr. and Mrs. Vegan brought down like Bonnie Rebecca, if I remember correctly. So there was quite a turnout for that. What really sucked was on a weekend, and traffic sucks butt going down the freeway from LA to San Diego on Saturdays. So we were all really late and totally like crazy when we got there.
Yeah, I remember it was a good time though. Stuff's been pretty active in my life still with activism. So I'm kind of doing a lot of street outreach type stuff lately.
Are you in San Diego?
I'm not. I'm in Chicago now. So
okay.
I've been here for a few years, but.
Well, tell us, what's it like? Like, so you did live in San Diego back then, I assume. How is Chicago as far as like having life be easy to be vegan? Because San Diego seemed like super easy, right?
It was. Chicago was recently voted as like some like most vegan friendly city or something like that. But honestly, like I don't know what was going on behind the scenes there, but I don't know how it got up to number one position.
How it beat like San Diego or Los Angeles or something like that. But that's cool, even to be in the running for that. Must say it's pretty easy to find vegan options and restaurants and stuff there.
Yeah, vegan restaurants, options, all that's really easy. But I have to say, like, compared to the West Coast, like, especially Southern California, you can't beat the produce there. Like,
I'm sure, yeah.
But yeah, it's still possible to, just find decent organic produce and all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure. But yeah, California's just blessed. There's so much produce that's growing here, and then like right over the border, Mexico, a lot of good stuff comes up. Yeah, it's hard to top California.
So Ryan, I have a question about your gear. So I think you're a Strat guy like me, right?
Yeah, I got 2 Strats. Yeah, that's more of the most of any one guitar type that I have.
I mean, like, I love your tone, and it has that like in your music, it has that really kind of glassy, like single coil, like kind of bathes in chorus, and kind of almost has its own like little reverb type of effect. Do you use like single coils or like stock pickups or? When you're talking about the clean, music geek talk here, I promise you guys I won't go in there too long, but and the clean glassy sounds, like I do these big strums, they're all blooming and stuff. Yeah, that's usually one of my Strats, usually on position 4, blend to the switch that goes, it has the neck in the middle pickup. You get that weird kind of almost phasey sort of sound, but it's not moving. That's what I use for the clean sounds usually. And I don't use my amps anymore for those sounds. I just go direct in. I have like what's that called? The Strymon Iridium. And what's cool about that, it's stereo out. So I have all these cool like stereo pedals going into it for modulation. And before I could never record them because I don't have 2 amps, but now I kind of do with that thing. So I just use that on the Vox amp setting on that. Brilliant.
That's it in a nutshell. For distortion, I'll venture into other things. It'll for a long time. I've been using this old Ibanez Tallman guitar I've had since the '90s. It would look like P90 pickups, but they're actually humbuckers, which is great. I want like just something that's gonna be quiet, because when you crank on all like the big muffs or whatever, it's gonna pick up all the noise. Now I have a Telecaster that has a noise canceling bridge pickup, so I've been using that too. But usually not the Strat. David Gilmour pulls it off, but I don't really like Strat bridge pickups or like big distortion solos.
It really depends on the kind of pickups. Like I have a Strat with 59, like a 59 mini humbucker bridge, and that thing just rips. Like it's got that kind of low end mid range.
That's what you need. Yeah, if you got that, I have like a more vintage Strats pickups. Yeah.
But okay, I won't bore your audience. With,
all right, guys.
Your talk.
Let's see. Let me see what people are saying right now. If they have anyone have any questions you want to ask them while we got them here. Hos, yeah. Any questions anyone wants to ask Hos? Well, we got Hos right now. Let's see.
I can't see the chat right now, so yeah.
Yeah, because remember, Hos from California, now in Chicago. Okay, let's see. Let me ask you. You mentioned earlier that you're doing vegan activism on the street in Chicago. What are you doing? Because I hide in my room here. What are you doing out on the street? Because I might want to venture outside.
Yeah, I'm actually originally from Illinois too, and I lived in Chicago before living in San Diego, so it was kind of like a little bit of a homecoming back for me. But yeah, basically, I found that I can just. And I'm hearing my voice echoing back. I don't know if there's any way to control that. It's a little bit distracting, but I can keep.
Fortunately, I'm not hearing the echo, and let me know if you guys are experiencing any echo. But I'm hoping it's just you. I know it disturbs you, but fortunately, I think it's just isolated for you.
Okay, yeah, I might just be hearing myself through your headphones, possibly. But.
Yeah, it's probably your speakers or something like that. If you could turn them down as much as possible, I think it's feedbacking.
But yeah, so basically what I do is I hold a sign. So are you familiar with the YouTube channel? It used to be called Vegan Power Lab, and now it's called That Chip Guy.
No,
So he basically, this guy Chip, he holds a sign and it says like something about a social experiment. And he started this out by basically asking people like a question tree about oppression. So he would say like, what is oppression? And then he would say like, basically, are you against oppression? And then he would say like, well, what if the oppressor has more power? Like, what if they're physically more powerful? What if they're intellectually more powerful? What if the oppressed doesn't know they're being oppressed? What if the oppressor's been doing this for a long time? What if it's part of their culture? What if everybody's doing it, etc.?
All the justifications,
Precisely. And then people end up basically taking on this staunchly anti-oppression type of position. And then he hits them with, what do you think about the animals that we force into slaughterhouses? And then all of a sudden, people start defending oppression, usually.
Alternatively, that's a great word. To even make it more aligned with the traditional vegan definition, you can use exploitation. People should be against exploitation, all for all those justifications that you went through there. But either way, because for me, I would just use that personally because I could cash it out with the definition. But yeah, same thing. People will go on and on talking about how they're fully against exploitation or oppression. And once you point out, well, this is part of your everyday life, it's hard for them to rationalize that.
Yeah, and I think he does use that word as well. And I think actually lately he's kind of like truncated his approach where he just basically goes straight into a question like, I'm an animal rights activist. I fight for the rights of animals. What rights do you think animals deserve rights? And then what rights do you think they deserve? And I mean, that's a pretty simple enough opening, I think, too.
Well, that's a tough question. Most people probably have never thought of those issues before. So they'd probably just be like just freelancing, like, oh, what should I say?
Yeah, one area where I run into some issues though. I've read this book recently called Zoopolis, not Zootopia. Zootopia was like a movie, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, Zoopolis talks about kind of like different categories of animals. So the authors of this book kind of propose like viewing, let's say, like wild animals as sovereigns basically, and kind of like not interfering in their lives, and then viewing like domesticated animals, whether they're like cows, pigs, turkeys, dogs, cats, as like co-citizens, and then viewing like liminal animals, such as like animals that are dependent somewhat on human civilization, or that seek out human civilizations, but don't necessarily like live out as like freely as sovereign animals, as like denizens. And then like kind of like
squirrels and opossums, stuff like that.
Yeah, so basically it kind of like proposes like different categorical positive rights afforded to different animals. So I don't know if this concept has honestly confused me more, because it's kind of given me almost like too nuanced of an approach now when I talk to people about animals' rights, because like I understand the complexity of just asking people if animals deserve rights.
And I think most people probably don't realize that they believe animals should have rights. The example I always like to bring up is like, well, animals do have rights. If I were to go out in the street and start beating a poodle with a club, I'd be arrested, because, you know, it just shows already amongst our, you know, in our very anti-animal system here, animals already do have rights. This just shows it's not unprecedented. Yeah. There's already laws in the books that grant animals as beings worthy of some rights. I guess most people disagree as how far the rights should go.
Yeah. I also like to point out this idea that there are actually exemptions built into anti-bestiality laws.
Oh my! I have to read Uncle's comment. Uncle's comment is that sovereign animals have the right to travel freely. No, sovereign citizens. You know about that?
Oh, right. Yeah. I'm not driving. I'm traveling. Yeah.
I'm traveling. I'm a private citizen not engaged in commerce, and I'm just traveling. Well, you're still operating a vehicle, and if you kill someone, you need insurance. You know, it's like, anyway. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I just had to read his comment there.
And then they'll say that they're not the person who they are, or something like that. Like, they're speaking for this person.
It's just such a mind F, you know. If you guys haven't done it, guys, seriously, if you haven't gone down a YouTube rabbit hole of sovereign citizen videos, like when the police pull them over or whatever, just type in sovereign citizen traffic stop and tell me how many hours you'll be watching it, because it's amazing how silly these people are. Anyway, just letting people know about this genre.
But yeah, you know, Ryan, if you ever care to get back into activism, I know, or like, you know, like street activism type stuff, or I don't know if you've done it before, but you know, you mentioned like maybe being inspired about it. I'd say that it's one of those things where, like, for a while, it's when you're away from it, it feels like this is the biggest headache just to get into this and like actually deal with people in such a one-on-one kind of level. But what I found was that doing this, like, compared to at least when I would go to things like Cubes of Truth, I'm able to like mega multiply my effect, because I can talk to one person, but I can have sometimes even upwards of 100 people watching on the stream simultaneously.
Oh, cool.
And for some reason, I don't know why, but YouTube has like the audience, I guess, rates, or like, you know, I guess where it pushes out the stream seems to be different for like vertical video feeds. Like if you do like just going live straight through the YouTube app, it seems to somehow push it out a lot more than like if you're going through StreamYard or something like that. Like if you're in kind of a more like horizontal Zoom call type of format. I don't know why.
I'll just try that one. I did try some vertical format streams here a few months ago. Still using my Streamlabs streaming software, just told it vertical format. I found no real difference as far as like you know, new people coming. But I haven't tried going on the app. But I don't have like the greatest latest phone, so I don't think I don't look as nice as this. But I'll just give it a shot one day. What the hell? So, you know, thanks for that tip. And Blood Rose asked, for you, any wise words for us fellow vegans?
Just to close the loop on the live streaming format thing, I think it's when you go directly through the YouTube app, you get fed into the Shorts feed. So like when people go to Shorts, they can click on live, like in the top left corner, and then just scroll through all the different people who are live. So that's how you get a lot of like random.
Well, that's what I was reading was supposedly true of just streaming in a vertical format in general. I didn't get it, but I'll try it on the app. I wonder if YouTube gives a little love for using their software, their app. You know, they might.
Yeah, it could just be for all vertical formats. Words of wisdom. You know, I don't necessarily consider myself a wise person. I guess for fellow vegans in particular, I guess stay hydrated would be pretty big. You know, I think you know, when we think about the needs that we all have, I think, you know, oxygen, like, you know, breathe clean air, drink sufficient water. Would probably be pretty high up there.
Yeah, I'd be surprised. You know, especially in summer. I was visiting my mom the other day. She wasn't really drinking water. Mom, it's hot. You gotta like pound the water. I'm drinking one of these every couple hours.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean, here in Chicago, I think the high today was about 88. Yesterday was like 86.
It's not too bad.
Terribly. Oh, really?
I mean, is 88 there? I'm sure is worse. The humidity. I gotta say, I have a lot of love for Chicago. I traveled to Chicago a bunch of times in the 90s. Our band, the record label around in the 90s, Project Records, they were headquartered in Chicago from like 95 to, I don't know, early 2000s, something like that. So they had their project festivals there. The Vic Theater, does that ring a bell too?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we headlined a night or two there over a few years. So I wasn't vegan then, but I just remember the really good food in Chicago. I had a great time. I have some awesome memories in Chicago. I just haven't been there in a while. So that's what I wanted to ask you. Yeah, what's it like now in 2025 for vegans? So I'm glad Chicago's kept up.
It's great. Yeah, I mean, vegan food wise, there's actually quite a bit of turnover I found with restaurants. So you got to kind of appreciate restaurants while they're open, because
absolutely, guys, you heard that? If you find a restaurant you like, show them love. Go there. In fact, we just found, I keep talking about this relatively new. It opened this year, vegan Italian place here in Long Beach, and we're going there all the time. The owner is like, they love us now. When we come in, they're all excited and they talk to us. Sometimes they give us little free treats and stuff like that. And so, if you find a restaurant you like, just support it as much as you can. I see a question from Peter. He wants to know, do they still have horse carriages, like horse-drawn carriages in Chicago?
No, that shit got banned. Yeah, a few years ago.
Awesome. How did that come about? Was that a vegan thing or just...
local animal rights activists just... we're unrelenting and got that banned.
Oh, cool. Awesome. See, vegans can make a difference. Sometimes it seems like we're just powerless against all these powers in the world. But we can make a difference, especially if it's something that makes sense like that. 2025, there's no reason to have horse-drawn carriages. Maybe that made sense in 1925 or something like that. But I'm glad that's gone. Cool.
And actually,
thanks for... Oh, yeah.
One more thing regarding fur, a vote was actually pushed forward on fur, but unfortunately it didn't pass. Banning the sales of fur, unfortunately. And
that'd probably be tougher, I can see. Yeah.
Yeah, and the reasoning that was used was actually something like, let's see, without singling out any particular demographic, basically it's viewed as a luxury item for some people, and we don't want to take away a luxury item, basically, is how.
What?
Yeah.
Wait. Let me just think about this 1 second. It's it's because it's a luxury item. What if it wasn't a luxury item? What was just something that poor people had? Then let's screw the poor people. We don't want to anger the rich people. Is that kind of what they're saying?
No, they're more saying that I think they were more saying that. Well, I'm not sure, but regardless, I think they were saying that maybe people who have been kind of historically disadvantaged should now be allowed to enjoy it, kind of a thing, which to me sounded like some bass activist logic. If people were oppressed, then they should be allowed to oppress now, kind of a thing.
That's a weird assumption. People who are disadvantaged are now find themselves wealthy and now buy furs. That's a weird fantasy. It's a weird justification, but I just figured that the kinds of businesses that sell furs are more well-to-do places, those fancy stores, well-funded, as opposed to horse-drawn carriages. There's not a national chain or anything like that. It's not a corporation usually. So that's what I figured. You're probably fighting against corporate interests when you're going against fur. Yeah,
it's it's an uphill battle, but it's kind of a low-hanging fruit also. So I think it's good to kind of keep hacking at the roots of that.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's just one step at a time, making people more aware and fighting. Yeah, so awesome. You're awesome, Hos. I wish I was more active on that front, street activism politically. I'm just kind of hiding in this room making music all the time lately. That's kind of been my focus for the past year or so. And by the way, guys, brand new song just dropped last night on all streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, all that stuff. We've had it on our Bandcamp for a week now, but brand new song called Glittering. Perfect song for this time of year right now. So I would play the music lyric visualizer video as I usually do when we drop a new song, but Sarah's not here tonight. Sarah, or late model, and so I'll wait till next week. But check it out, guys. Look for the new song "Glittering" by Love Spirals / Love Spirals Downwards, and it's already doing well. We've been just checking the Spotify streams tallies all day, and it's doing pretty good. So cool.
I gotta listen to that.
Yeah, check it out right now. Wherever you can find our music at, it's the same place. Wherever you've been finding it, yeah, check out Glittering. Angie and I think it's we're stoked on it. It just came out superb. A very you'll love it. It's got the dreamy guitars, and it's got a sneaky guitar solo at the end that you're probably not seeing coming.
like maybe like a Numenon 2.0.
It's a little more upbeat a little bit for us. It's all relative. It's not as maybe as full on depressing like as Numenon. And when I say depressing, I mean that in a nice way. Like I describe our music as beautiful sadness, and I think Numenon captures that almost as good as any song we've ever made. But yeah, Glittering tilts a little bit more into the beautiful part than the sadness, but it's still super sad. But yeah, check it out. Yeah, I'm really proud of it. The guitars came out cool. Yeah, I haven't pulled out the Big Muff for a solo for a while, but that came out. That was the perfect fuzz pedal for that solo. So yeah, check out. Angie did great vocal work, and yeah, check it out. Glittering.
I most definitely will. Well, Ryan, thanks so much for having me on. It's
cool, Hos.
It's getting about close to my bedtime here.
It's 2 hours later.
But I'll definitely go listen to that right now. But
listen to that before you drift off.
Being so friendly, and thanks for having me on, and hopefully I'll catch you next time.
Awesome. All right, we'll see you soon, Hos.
All right, take care.
All right, bye. All right, cool. Success, man. We had a successful video interview, so I'm glad I didn't forget how that technology works. So that's cool. So yeah, maybe we'll do that as a new segment, like every week, bring at least one or two if someone's super motivated to come on. But yeah, thanks so much, Hos. Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, it's always cool to talk to people that I've been seeing as like icons, and comments. I see your thoughts. I don't see the person, but it's cool to connect. The more visual stuff that you would normally get when you talk to people not via the internet or something like that. So Dr. Bear, holy shit, Dr. Bear is here. Oh my goodness, Dr. Bear. Oh yeah. Remember I was telling you, Dr. Bear left a comment like a week or so ago on one of the videos saying that she's still around, just has she does something on Fridays, like a fitness class or something like that. So I'm glad you're here tonight. I'm glad fitness class isn't happening at this moment, or you're doing already. Awesome. Yeah, that was Hos Vegan. I set up my streaming software so I could bring in one person at a time, and I tried it a few months ago when you weren't here. I was having some trouble, and I felt kind of adventurous tonight. I thought I'd just check it out again. So we tried it out. First, Don Jackson came and he froze, and Hos came on, and it worked flawlessly. So that's cool. But yeah, good to see Dr. Bear. Yeah, so if anyone else is super motivated to come on tonight, let me know. We can work it out. I don't see anyone else in the queue right now, but that was cool. So let's see, Dr. Bear. Yeah, she's been taking an adult gymnastics class. Wow, it's fun. I can do a handstand for a few seconds now. That's awesome. I've never been able to do a handstand or a headstand or anything like that. Good for you. Let's see. Let's see what's Peter saying there. Your throat is sore right now, coming off a cold, but when you get better, you'd like to come on and talk about all these vegan festival events you've been doing. You're doing all sorts of stuff. Yeah, as opposed to my little boring life here. Awesome. Yeah, it must have been surprising, huh, Dr. Bear? You haven't joined a live stream live in the moment for months, and then you come on and go, whoa, what's going on? Ryan's talking to someone? I'm trying to do more with this live stream. I'm always looking for new things to do to make the live stream interesting and exciting, and Let's see, Dr. Bear says, one of your students asked if that meant like sexy gymnastics, adult gymnastics. No, I didn't even cross my mind to like like some kind of nasty gymnastics or something like that. No, gymnastics for adult beginners. Yeah, tell them to get their mind out of the gutter. Oh, they were probably joking, right? They couldn't have been serious. Yeah, it's pretty funny. It's totally funny. Yeah, I'm glad you got some humor in your classroom there. Cool, you feel stronger and more flexible. I bet if you've been doing gymnastics this whole time you've been gone, you know, starting from a beginner, you had to make some major progress, you know, even if it might not be what you would want. I'm sure your body's just been adapting the whole time, getting to the point where you can do a handstand. Wow. Yeah, I'm horrible at that kind of stuff. I mean, I have a horrible like strength to body weight ratio because I'm so tall. I'm 6'5", but you know, to be able to like stand on my hand and balance, I've got all this extra weight and wobbly because I'm long and tipping over. That's tough. Not to say there aren't tall gymnasts. It's just more of a challenge, and that's not a challenge I'm up for. Yeah, Peter. Yeah, whenever you're feeling better, Peter. Yeah, we'll do it. Yeah, I'm just got it all worked. I got someone on tonight. I'm sad that Dawn froze, but I'm glad we got Hos on without any difficulty. Yeah, you were a total beginner. Now you can do a handstand and cartwheel. Wow. And you can do a front and back walkover. I don't know what that is. With support, it's fun to feel stronger and more flexible. Like, good for you. That's gymnastics is hardcore, you know. I don't think most people realize how tough that is. I mean, yeah, I have all the disadvantages. I'm old, I'm tall, I weigh a lot. You know, it's super tough for me, and for anyone. You know, I'm just saying for me, it'd be even crazier. Oh, cool! You're inspiring blood rose, Dr. Bear. That's the motivation. You need to move more. Uncle's giving us some good advice here. Eat right and exercise right, and see your doctor for your annual physical. Yeah, I've been really slacking. I haven't done my blood labs for a few years now, 2+ years. I got to get back in there. Just been so busy and just not motivated to deal with all that, but I can make a video about it again. Another non-deficient vegan blood test video. Let's see. I want to ask, when I was talking to Hos there, was there any questions that someone might have been asking that I missed? If you want, if so, you know, now you can ask again, and odds are I'll probably see it. You know, I saw a few comments, but I didn't see the whole thing. So if you want to ask again now's a great time. Yeah, Dr. Bear is right. Yeah, it's so important to find the kind of exercise that's fun for you, so you will be motivated to do it consistently. She's tried running, cycling, but gymnastics is fun enough you'll be able to stay motivated. Exactly, because, yeah, not all exercises or physical activities, whatever you want to call them, are connect with everyone. You know, a lot of people say whatever sport I happen to do, if it's weightlifting or cycling or whatever, that's the one you got to do. Because it doesn't mean just because you're passionate about that sport or activity doesn't mean everyone will feel that same kind of passion that you got that keeps you motivated and doing it all the time. So yeah, fortunately it's kind of easy for me to get in a new thing and like get passionate about it and stuff like that. But yeah, right now, I guess I'm just kind of passionate about my basketball work. You know, I'm not working on dunking or anything like that right now. I'm just working on this more technical footwork moves, like crossovers and stuff like that. You know, driving to the basket and like pull up mid-range shots. I'm just kind of like working on that aspect of my game right now. So yeah, it's enough to keep me motivated going a couple times a week. But you're so right, Dr. Bear. Just find the thing that keeps you going back. You know, if you find something that keeps you going back, you found it. You're cool. It just doesn't really totally matter what sport it is, as long as you're doing something that's keeping you physically active. Because that's the most important thing. You know, if you're active, blood's flowing, muscles are moving, getting stronger. Yeah. Oh, cool, Dr. Bear. Yeah. I'm not surprised you got such a warm welcome. You know, it's such a surprise, a shock even, just to see you back after months. Literally, I forgot how long it was ago. Maybe, I'm guessing 3, 4, 5 months ago. Sarah will be shocked. You know, she's away tonight. She's doing I think preparing a family dinner or something like that. Uncle, still working out in the garage. Yes and no. Yes, that's when I do resistance training, that's where I do it. Typically these days, it involves some combination of like battle ropes. That I just do often. Like often I'll just like, I'm going out in the car in the morning and I'll just do some battle ropes real quick and then get in the car and go. So that's cool. I do battle ropes multiple times a week just because of the ease of sneaking in a battle rope session. Yeah, as far as the weight training, resistance training, that's all in the garage too. But I gotta tell you, it's hot AF out there right now this time of year. We're like, you know, it's the middle of summer. I mean, no, I'm not working out right now. It's just too hot to go out there and like do a session of like squats or bench press. It's not cool. It's like, seriously, even at like 10 a.m., it's like in the 80s in there. It's like the greenhouse effect, and it gets into the 90s plus in the garage if you get in there after like 10 or 11. So yeah, not really ideal. I know people do it. They'll work out in a 90-degree gym or garage, but I'm not that passionate about it. As I'm saying, you got to find something you're passionate about. To me, that's work. Lifting is work. It's not fun. I don't sit there, yeah, I'm doing bench press. I feel so awesome right now. This is my thing in life. No, I don't feel that way. It's like, all right, I gotta do my weights. I gotta do resistance training. I gotta do it, but I don't love it. I'm not passionate about it. So yeah, if someone's passionate about it, they'll be happily sweating away at 96 degrees, working out in there for an hour. That's just not me. Wow, you think you've been away 7 months, Dr. Barry? I wasn't too far off in my guess there. I know it's been longer than like 3 or 4 months. Okay, $85 a month to do your exercise class, where access to the gymnastics gym and coaching versus running cycling is free if you already have the equipment. Yeah, but a good, decent road bike, that's $1,000, right? I mean, I probably got mine for a lot less than that, but as Uncle pointed out to us today, things are more expensive now. So I bet like my $700 bike which was like 5, 6, 7 years ago, it's probably easily $1,200 now. Bikram hot yoga. No, I like yoga. I never say never, they say, but no, I will never do Bikram hot yoga. No, it's just for so many reasons. But $85 a month ain't that bad, considering you're having access to the gym and coaching. That sounds actually quite reasonable, Dr. Bear. I would continue on with that. Yeah, Dr. Bear. VLAM wants to know, are you going to move on to more advanced gymnastics now, or Heidi, you like hot yoga for regular? I don't really see the appeal of like hot yoga. Just like yoga, just do yoga. You don't need it to be hot to do yoga. And then things get weird when it gets hot. Things start getting smelly and stuff. I don't want to smell people when I'm doing yoga. Maybe I'm weird. I am weird. I know that. But maybe I'm weird about that. I'd rather just be able to do yoga without everyone all sweating and stuff. I just want to just do yoga. It's a mental thing. I don't want to be, I'm smelling all this stuff. Anyway, it feels nice for sore joints. Maybe I'm just too not into smells. Let's see. Yeah, I'll put Dr. Bear on my vegan athletes list for sure, huh? Well, heat adaptation's great, but not during yoga. I just don't want to be hot and smelling people's stink, when it's hot. I actually prefer exercising when it's not too hot. I don't think that's too unreasonable, but yeah, you can heat adapt without doing Bikram yoga, is what I'm saying. Oh, cool. Dustin says, I was vegan for 5 years and you got seriously sick from malnutrition. Your doctor told you to start mixing meat back into your diet and you're healthy again. How can I explain that? Well, let's look at this, Dustin. let's put this up here. First of all, what is veganism? It's not a diet. I don't know what you're doing. It's not like one way of eating plants. It's a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. Meaning, because they thought you're going to lose weight or get skinny or something like that, or be an athlete. You can do all that stuff. That's not what veganism is. So I just want to get that out of the way. It's a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. But you're trying to say that because you tried eating plants and you got ill or something like that, You're trying to say that vegan diets are inherently nutritionally deficient, if I understand you, Dustin, there. In fact, I'm going to copy you and put you on the wall. So hang on one sec as I copy your comment there, Dustin. Anyway, you're saying vegan diets are inherently nutritionally deficient. Well, that's not true. If you look at health organizations around the world who have analyzed all the studies, not just like one guy on the internet said, yeah, I went without meat and I got sick and veganism is debunked. No, this is a review of the scientific literature from health organizations all around the world, and there's a clear scientific consensus that a well-planned, and I don't know what you're doing, a well-planned, sensible, balanced vegan diet is nutritionally adequate for all people, whether you're an athlete or a couch potato, young, middle-aged, old. It's healthy as long as you're not doing something bizarre. So, were you like a raw vegan or anything like that, Dustin? And actually, let me get your words up here on the wall. I'm glad you're here. I'm not mad at you or anything like that. Just here's the rules. Just be civil. No personal attacks. I will not attack you or anything like that. And we can have a conversation. So, okay, let me hide the rules text now that you know them. Know it, learn it, and live it, as they say. And let me get your comment up here. All right, so Dustin, now you're trying to say that a vegan diet is inherently unhealthy. How does your experience disprove all the health organizations? Again, these health organizations, they're not full of shit. They're just not making this stuff up. They base this on a review of the scientific literature. Furthermore, their reputations are at stake. Don't you think like the British National Health Service would be in hot water if they're telling people, yeah, you don't need to eat meat. You know, if you just eat plants, you're going to be cool. What if that advice were unscientific? It was not grounded in science and evidence-based information, and people got sick because of that. They'd be in trouble, lawsuits galore. So I'm kind of curious what you have to say about that, how your one experience, and then let's get to your experience. I'm really curious, like what kind of food you're eating. Not that I'm a dietitian or anything like that, but let's see, where did he go? Is Dustin still here? Not seeing Dustin anymore. Bummer. Let me get back to the wall here. Let's see, Dustin, where'd you go, bro? I hope I didn't scare you away or anything like that. I just want to have a little discussion about what you're doing and how you thought that eating a vegan diet got you sick, because you're doing it for 5 years. I'm knocking on 15 years, and I'm way older than you probably. Just judging by the average age of a YouTube viewer. And, you know, I'm still waiting for all this horribly bad stuff to come in. Was it just trolling? Was someone just trolling there? Because they're not coming back. I was all excited. Like, hey, we got a troll finally. It's been so long. Darn. How'd you get better? I'm just asking you. Can you tell us what were you? Give us like a typical day of eating for you. I'm just kind of curious. And were you trying to lose weight or something like that? Because I know a lot of people. I'm aware that a lot of people, when they come to a vegan diet, they think, oh, vegans are skinny. What a great way to lose some weight so I can look good in my bikini or my swim trunks or whatever at the beach this summer. I'm going to eat plants and get skinny. Like, I'm just kind of curious what you're doing, because I have no idea. I literally know thousands and thousands of vegans after having done this YouTube channel for years. And the only ones that I see that get sick from a vegan diet were doing something stupid. So I'm not saying you're stupid. I'm just saying something that was not recommended by the health organizations who say that a well-planned vegan diet. So I'm saying pretty much everyone I saw that made the claim that they got sick from a vegan diet were not doing a well-planned, balanced, sensible vegan diet. They were doing something on their own. They thought they knew better, and they were freelancing what they thought was a good vegan diet. So I'm just kind of curious what you're doing, Dustin, because I've never heard in my entire life, I've never met a person like, oh, I was going to die unless I started eating cows again. I've never heard of that. Like, what nutrient were you missing? Because you can get that nutrient from plants. And if it's something like B12 you're having trouble with, you can take a supplement. That's why I'm not understanding how eating a cow is going to save your life. A lot of people, when they eat a plant-based diet, like I said, they want to lose weight. So they'll, whether they intentionally or not, they'll eat a calorie restricted diet. They'll try like raw fruitarianism or raw till 4. They'll undereat, whatever. They'll find ways to undereat and then blame veganism on it. So I'm just kind of curious, what were you doing that got you so sick? Because according to science, that's not supposed to happen unless you're doing one of these things like I'm talking about, if you're not following this advice. So Dustin, I'd love to hear what was going on. Please share. I'm not here to hate or anything like that. Yeah, Nikki's asking, what were you eating when you were plant-based? Hachi4 says, there's no special nutrients in meat that you can't get from plants. So you're talking to a skeptical crowd here, not because we're in a cult or anything like that. Well, I'm the vegan cult leader, by the way, Dustin, if you didn't know. But the point is, we've been collectively here, been doing it for so long, and we don't meet these protein deficient vegans. We're not meeting vegans that are like, we're going to die unless they ate a hamburger or something like that. So the only time, like I said, we hear or experience people like this if they were doing something that was completely going against these guidelines from health organizations. So Dustin, if you want to tell us what you're doing, like, help us out here. Yeah, Peter's being polite. Yeah, Dustin, please tell us what kind of diet you ate. And thank you, Varlas. There's also vegans, I don't know why, but yeah, vegans who fast for months and drink their urine, or in some cases, the urine from their friends. I mean, this is not a vegan thing. No health organization is saying here, oh yeah, eat a balanced, sensible diet, but from time to time, forego all food for a month and drink urine for the fuck of it. You know, so I'm just kind of curious. I'm talking about Tim Sheaf there, for instance. He was vegan. He was eating all this raw stuff for all these years, drinking urine. Then he got sick one day and then threw veganism under the bus. So yeah, vegan diets suck. They make you unhealthy. No, not eating food for 30 days makes you unhealthy. Eating nothing but fruit for years makes you unhealthy. Nothing in the guidelines here say eat only fruit. But it's funny how they blame veganism, or vegan diets, I should say, for their health problems, when it's probably their under eating, the malnutrition they got from calorie restriction and fasting. Taylor thinks Dustin got blocked. No, we're waiting for Dustin. Peter's waiting for Dustin to come back. I didn't block him. In fact, if he got blocked, I would have seen it over here. Let me take a look-see. No, I don't see any sign of Dustin being blocked. So good guess though. Good guess. But no, we're waiting for Dustin to tell us what he was eating. Yeah, Dr. Bear, good public service announcement, Dr. Bear. I'm not sure who needs to hear this, but don't drink your own pee or anyone else's pee. Truer words have never been spoken. In case you're on the fence and you're thinking, should I drink my buddy's pee tonight? It's Friday night, I was thinking I might drink Joey's pee tonight when he comes over. Like, no, don't drink your buddy Joey's pee, or don't let Joey drink your pee, and don't drink your pee for that matter. It's not going to help your health, despite what some pee influencers on YouTube or whatever might be saying, or TikTok. Dustin replied, oh, okay, you ate tofu, beans, almond milk, organic vegetables, vegan meats, vitamin B12, iron, omega-3s. You're suffering from severe respiratory infections. Doctors told you it was related to your plant-based diet. I've never heard of that. So let's just look this up. So you're saying vegan diets cause respiratory, let's see. Is there a connection between, let me do it. Let me do it on another browser so we can see it all together here. All right, so let me go here. Let me spell it out. Between, I think, does your doctor know something that I don't know, or is your doctor making stuff up? Between vegan diets and severe respiratory infections. Because I've never heard of anything of the sort. Let's see. Plant-based diets and risk of hospitalization with respiratory. It's the first result. It's up here. It's summarized. It says the association of plant-based diets on the risk of developing severe infection, particularly respiratory infection, is less clear. Some of the health benefits of plant-based diets are thought to be due to modulation of inflammatory pathways and immune responses. So it sounds like the science says no. It's really not clear at all that there's a scientifically validated connection between eating plants and being at higher risk. I mean, a diet of all plants, I should say, not just plants. Most people eat plants. A diet of all plants and it being and making that have you be at a higher risk of severe respiratory infection. So your doctor probably just was freaked out. A lot of doctors don't understand nutrition, as AJ pointed out here. Most doctors have like less than an hour or so of nutrition training, even though doctors like to pretend that they know all this crap that they were not taught in medical school. So I am not a doctor, Dustin. I'm just reading what the scientific consensus is here. I tell you, I've never heard this. I've been doing this for over a decade. This meaning responding to arguments against veganism. So I'm pretty well versed on what is known and what is not known, what's just speculation. So I was really dubious. The red flags are going off. So I just wanted to see just what was going to be the, is there a higher risk of vegans for at least people on a vegan diet for getting severe respiratory infections? And right off the bat, no. In fact, it says there's health benefits of a plant-based diet from modulating inflammatory pathways and immune responses. So I'm thinking your doctor was just making shit up. And I'm not knocking your doctor. I'm not saying your doctor sucked or you should fire him or her or anything like that, Dustin. I'm just saying your doctor is not justified with evidence-based information and saying, oh, you're vegan, that's what's causing your severe respiratory infections. Your doctor was making a guess. You could say an educated guess, but there's absolutely no scientific validation that, as far as I could tell. Maybe we have to dig in deeper, but as far as I could tell in this quick search, I'm not seeing it. Okay, I'm seeing another one right here. Looks like, given the results of these studies, it's probably a meta-analysis. We hypothesize that plant-based diets are associated with a lower risk of hospitalization with common infections. Let's see, even good old COVID, plant-based diets were associated with a lower incidence of COVID-19 infection. Right here, plant-centered diets improve health amongst patients with lung diseases. The evidence seems to be saying eating plants is actually good for respiratory situations. Again, I'm not a medical doctor. I'm just, if all the science came back and said, yeah, if you eat plants, you're at higher risk of COVID, higher risk of severe respiratory infections. That's awesome. I mean, that's awesome. I would say you're probably right, Dustin. Your doctor probably sounds like your doctor made an evidence-based call there, used the evidence-based information and gave you solid, scientifically backed health advice. But it sounds like your doctor wasn't doing that. So again, there was 3 specialists. I would like to know what they're saying. Did they give you any causal mechanism for why eating plants would lead to severe respiratory infection? Because you said you did it 5 years. I've been doing it knocking on 15 years. I'm not getting severe respiratory infections. What's happened to me is what's happening should be, is what it says should be happening to me. I'm enjoying great health, and I'm probably a lot older than you too, Dustin. I'm glad you're feeling better. If that's what you had to do, if you had to eat a cow in order to live according to your doctors, okay, that's what your doctors told you had to do. You followed your advice, and that's what patients should do. Doctors are specialists. They're smarter than most of us when it comes to like medical advice. If that's advice you got, you're feeling better. All right, cool. But as Peter points out, yeah, 3 doctors still doesn't debunk the general medical scientific consensus here that the association of plant-based diets and the risk of developing severe infection, particularly respiratory infection, is less clear. There's not a clear connection there. So that's awesome, Dustin. What if it's not for everyone? Everyone's body is different. Yeah, maybe you have a weird body, Dustin. Maybe you have a weird, unique kind of system. Your body's and your biochemistry is really bizarre. You're like 1 in a million kind of person. Maybe you're the 1 in a million person that can't eat a plant-based diet. I don't know. Maybe you're really special. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not a doctor. I'll allow that possibility to exist there, Dustin. But just because you're a 1 in a million type biochemistry, it doesn't discount what the scientific consensus here says here. It doesn't discount what the health organizations have found here, that vegan diets are nutritionally adequate. So yeah, if you're the 1 in a million person, Dustin, awesome. I'm glad you're alive and not sick and everything. All right, awesome. Yeah, Hutchie says, yeah, we found the 1 in 9 billion people that has to eat meat. Veganism debunked. Yeah, I guess it's over, huh? We're all done here. But anyway, I'm not making fun of your situation. I'm just making fun of how if what you're saying is absolutely true, and I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm just going to go with you here, Dustin. I'm not here to like make fun of you or ridicule your situation or anything. It's your health, it's your life, and I take that seriously. Cool. Well, you don't have to be a dick about it, though, Justin. I was trying to be cool to you. I ate a steak today and enjoyed it. Like, what kind of dick comment is that? I ate some rice and beans today and enjoyed it. Well, yeah. What do you think about that? Take them apples. I had some bananas today. How do you like them apples? So anyway, yeah. If you were the 1 in a billion person that can't eat plants because you have a weird, unique biochemistry that leads you to have a higher risk of severe respiratory infection. All right, you're an anomaly, but you can't use your experience as a way to tell others who are not these 1 in a billion biochemistries. You can't tell them. You have no justification to tell anyone that they shouldn't eat plants because they're going to end up like you, because statistically they won't, because you have a weird situation there that just pretty much no one I've ever met in my life has. And to be honest, judging by that dumb comment, I ate steak today and I liked it, kind of wondering the sincerity of everything else you said before that now. I'm just kind of wondering if you're just like fucking with us. So anyway, Dustin, yeah, I'm not being a dick or anything, but yeah, thanks for sharing your experience, and glad you're alive, man. Prove that it's 1 in a million. I just did, Dustin. I just proved to you it's 1 in a million. I showed you, first of all, that vegan diets are nutritionally adequate for all people in all stages of life. They're using the words all here, but I allow maybe there's some like 1 in a billion biochemistry it won't work on. Then you told me that the doctor said there's a strong causal connection that linked your severe respiratory illness with a vegan diet, and the science just doesn't say that. It just is not saying this. I'm looking over and over and over again. It's not saying that. So yeah, I'm just saying you are an anomaly. Your experience is not normal, because this is normal, that respiratory infections are not clearly connected with eating plants. So anyway, do you understand that? Just because it happened to you doesn't mean it's normal if all the science says otherwise. Oh, congratulations, Dr. Bear. Mr. Bear earned his PhD and graduated this summer. So now our family has 2 Dr. Bears. Awesome. I feel like such a slacker family here. Let's see. Taylor asks, what do I think about Vegan Booty and Joey Carbstrong? Are they going too far? I'm not aware of who Vegan Booty is, so I can't comment on that. Joey, I think I can't say I've seen every Joey Carbstrong video, so maybe you have a certain one or several in mind that I'm not thinking about right now. But the ones I've seen, he's very firm in his convictions, and I think he's fair in his street activism. I think he's very fair in his discussions with people. He's not lying. He's not insulting them. He's using the Socratic method to hopefully have people realize that their beliefs about animal cruelty and exploitation, how they're, what they're doing with animals. So, but yeah, if you have something else in mind, but yeah, I enjoy watching Joey videos. Like I said, I haven't seen them all. Yeah, good point, Dr. Bear, about Dustin. Yeah, 100% green with VLAM. Someone who cared about animals but needed to eat them so he wouldn't die from severe respiratory infections, wouldn't gloat about having steak right now. I had steak and eat it. Wouldn't gloat about eating murder victims' bodies. Yeah, I agree 100%. That's what that comment kind of pretty much for me undid the sincerity I had been granting him before that. I was trying to take him at his word, and try to sort of assume that what he's saying is honest and truthful. But seeing stuff like that makes me say, no, they came here in bad faith. They came here to gloat about eating a steak. So it makes me less inclined to believe his 1 in a million or 1 in a billion story there. He has the rare genetics that defies the scientific consensus, and he's the one person that has to eat meat or he'll die or something like that. So I really, I'm less inclined to believe everything he said up until all night. Oh, Vegan Booty is Tash Peterson, and that is Joey's wife. Oh, Trash Peterson. I'm not aware that Joey is married and who his wife is. I guess I haven't seen any of her videos. Okay, huh. VLAM, you have no sympathy for Dustin, people like Dustin. I was trying to be cool to him. I was trying to hear his story out and see what he was doing. But, I don't understand why, why the science says one thing. You say, no, my doctors gave me these recommendations, but your doctors may have given you recommendations that weren't based on the scientific evidence. It could have been based on a bias against people who eat a vegan diet. A lot of doctors are. I've made a point to, if I find a doctor who has unjustifiable bad beliefs against me and my diet because of ignorance, I find another doctor. Tash, not Trash Peterson. Okay, that's what I thought her name was. I've heard the name, but anyway. Well, what's happening to D Rabbit here, man? You lose your job or something? Let me scroll up a bit here. Let's see what's going on. I said the economy sucks, and on top of the economy sucking and all the inflation and all that, AI keeps taking your customers, and you haven't yet figured out a workaround. Oh my God. Yeah, what kind of work is that where you're losing your customers? Yeah, you're looking at the writing on the wall. Yeah. Okay, Joey Carbstrong is not married to Tash Peterson. They live in different countries. Okay, I still have not seen Tash Peterson's videos before. I guess I've never clicked on one, so it doesn't come up in my YouTube suggested or recommended videos. But yeah, Joey comes up quite often. I just saw one with Joey where did you guys see it? Some guy he did a street video, debating him a year or two or whatever ago. He's a Christian guy, if I remember right. Yeah. Anyway, the guy came back and apologized to Joey for being like a jerk and stuff like that. And he said some nice things, respected what Joey's doing, and had compassion and sympathy for his cause and stuff like that. So that was cool. That's cool when someone who's a dick to you comes back and apologizes for being a dick. Let's see. People can live in different countries and be married, though. Yeah, totally true. That totally can happen. Let's see, Varlish, you haven't had to see your doctor in years. You have your yearly checkup and bloods done by one of the nurses. Yeah, usually blood's drawn by like a blood lab technician. I don't think doctors draw blood anymore. In a best case scenario, a doctor will go over the blood labs with you, but as far as the blood draw, yeah, it's a nurse or a lab tech. Okay, now VLAM is saying that Joey's wife is not Tash, it's Tyrion Partridge. So what kind of information are you guys giving me here? I'm all confused. And Tyrion is also an animal rights activist. Oh, okay, Tash is the vegan who disrupted that restaurant where that guy banned all vegans. I remember that. That was lame. Not her, but just I should ban all vegans because one vegan went there and remember that this vegan made a request, like they're going there with family, reached out to the chef like with way ahead of time, reasonable time frame. And when she got there that day, they totally just like blew her off basically. Okay, so D-Rabbit, your line of work, what you feel is like, AI's fucking with it. A lot of freelancing, mostly editing of people's papers and stuff, and then some design or art stuff, sometimes a costume. Kind of random to fit your brain, but you're mostly joking. Cool, I'm glad you're not going to live in a van down by the river or a sedan down by the river. Either way. I actually had an interesting interaction with AI just a few days ago. I'm working on a new song right now, and I had a really cool. It was based on a certain chord change that went through the whole song, but I wanted to get an idea for like a B section, maybe a chorus of the song. Anyway, I had a few chord ideas and I was running them past ChatGPT, and it was the first time I used it the way it should be used. Before I kind of used it as a glorified Google. This time I was like going over like harmony, jazz theory questions with it. We'd get a chord. I told him the chord change I had, the key of the song, the tempo, the mood. It gave me some ideas, and I would go, most of them suck, but I found one I liked. I go, I don't like the 4 chord in here. What else could we do there? And I said, no, it needs to be more minor. And then I was actually giving it ideas. Like, what do you think of doing like a B flat major 9 here or something like that? And it said, oh yeah, good choice because it resolves with the 5 chord. And it's just all this stuff where it's like having a tutor. I haven't had a music tutor or teacher since I was a kid. This is kind of cool, just banging ideas back and forth with another intelligence, an artificial one. But yeah, I came up with a cool chord sequence after a lot of back and forth and a lot of theory. It was cool. It helped me. It didn't spit out the chord change. I just didn't copy it. I was playing it on my computer, on my piano, and just working it all out and seeing what I liked and didn't like and tweaking and stuff. But that was kind of fun. I've never done that before. Let's see, D-Rabbit says, I think you should be careful about putting your music online without finding the website to opt out of letting AI to use your music for its learning. It's probably already learned on our music, I don't know how to opt out of that. But yeah, I'm totally against AI sucking up artists' work, whether they're music artists or visual artists, whatever, and then using that in their models to create stuff. Let's see. Oh, there's a question from Taylor. Do I agree with vegans attacking people who eat meat. Depends by what you mean attacking, and what sense of attacking are we talking about. Attacking could mean a number of different things. So I'll gladly answer your question, Taylor. Just give me a more of a sense, the definition of what you mean by attack. Metaphorically, physically, like what are you talking about? So I'll put your question up here too. And this is not a shameful thing. I just want to make sure if anyone joins in a second, they'll know who I'm responding to and what I'm talking about here. So let me put you up here. All right, 1 second. Taylor, as I'm doing this, you can get your response ready for me. Oh crap. Where'd it go? Okay, there it is. Let me see if I can get rid of that dumb character there. Okay, I didn't. I don't know how that comes when I copy and paste. Oh well, I'll just have to live with it. But I like what AJ says. Yeah, Taylor, real vegans don't attack people. It's like, hey, there's a guy eating a drumstick. Let's beat the shit out of him. Like, no, that's illegal. Okay, your sense is like, okay, so Taylor, thanks for the clarification, Taylor, because there's many ways we can go depending on what you mean by attack. So you're not talking about pouncing people, beating them up, or shooting an arrow at them, or shooting a gun, whatever. Because I've heard of vegans that want to do that. And I think they're unhinged and should be locked up or put into a facility where they can't do shit like that. But anyway, like vegans standing outside a restaurant calling customers a murderer when people are just eating. Well, first of all, I can speak firsthand about, would I do that if someone said, hey, Ryan, you want to go out with me today? We're going to go to a restaurant. We're going to like stand outside or even inside and go there and yell at people and call them murderers. I would say no. I don't want to participate. I would not participate in that kind of vegan activism because a number of reasons. I think the most important reason is that people are going to be pissed off at you. They're just trying to, like, as immoral it might be for them to be eating carcasses of once former living sentient beings, they're going to be super annoyed at you coming in and disrupting what could be a special meal, who knows, and they're not going to be receptive. Because for me, the primary goal of any kind of activism interaction is to have a dialectic and have them not have their mind shut off. Because once you start doing stuff like that, their mind shut off. They're not thinking, wouldn't it be cool if I went up to one of those nice vegans and had a friendly conversation and had a rational dialectic with them and maybe we can come to some greater understanding? No, nothing like that is going through the head. It's going, these people are horrible. So if there's not going to be any net positive out of that interaction, other than maybe if you film it and you show yourself at the restaurant doing it, you get some vegan activism brownie points when you post it to your social media or something like that. But I think it's an extremely super unuseful way of convincing people of the wrongness of their actions. It has absolutely it's not going to do shit, is what I'm saying. It's on a scale of 1 to 10 of effective activism, 10 being the best, 1 being the lowest. It's a 1. They're not saying that, so anyway, what do you think about that, Taylor? Did I answer your question there? I just don't see how getting people pissed off and not having any way to sort through the matter rationally to lead them to see the wrongness of their ways. It's a waste of everyone's time. It really is. It's a waste of the activist time, waste of the restaurant goers' times. It has very little, if not any, useful impact. And again, I'm not downplaying vegan activism. I'm not saying vegan activism is worthy. That is just this metric I use to determine in my mind, is it a worthy form, a useful form of activism? Are we able to get somewhere? Am I going to have any chance of getting through to this person or persons in an impactful, meaning way. Meaning I might not be able to leave the interaction thinking, oh, I convinced these people to go vegan on the spot, but at least they had a good interaction with a friendly activist like myself, a rational activist, I should say, one that's not insulting and not attacking, and it leaves a positive impact on them. The meaning they won't discard, hopefully they won't discard all the stuff we just talked about, all the stuff I said. They'll hopefully remember it because they had a positive experience. And in the future, if they have some more interactions with vegans, they'll be more receptive rather than, as opposed to the opposite situation. I had a horrible experience with these vegans. They're yelling at us at the restaurant. They're attacking us. Next time they see a vegan, they're going to, hey, F you vegan. They're not going to be receptive or open to anything. And I think that's the last place you want to be as an activist, to have people completely shut you out and never ever want to turn vegan again on principle because you pissed them off so much at their restaurant. Because really, what's the goal of veganism? To shame people or to have them not eat animals anymore? If you're not sure, it's the latter. If you're in it for shaming people, then you're into it. You're into vegan activism for selfish reasons because you're thinking about yourself. Oh, I can get them. I can best them. I can shame them. That's for you to satisfy your sick pleasures or what have you. You should be thinking about animals. What do the animals really want? Do they want me to shame people and get the people pissed off and have these people say they'll never ever consider going vegan, or actually maybe try to get through to one of them? I think that's what the animals would prefer. That's just me guessing. I've never asked an animal, obviously, but that's my take. Uncle, yeah, we're going to need to have some kind of second dinner tonight. I'm not sure how great it will be or anything like that. Oh, you going, Nikki? I'll be going pretty soon here, too. Yeah, VLAM, exactly. Great distinction, VLAM. I'm going to read your comment here exactly. VLAM says, important to remember that vegans speaking truths, or speaking rationally, I added to your exact comment, however, forcefully, as I often do, is not the same as vegans attacking non-vegans. Meaning, there's a multitude of ways that a vegan activist can communicate and interact with non-vegans. And like I said, some ways are more effective than others. I prefer the more effective methods because I really want people to leave the interaction with a positive experience, maybe end up becoming vegan and I had something to do with it, rather than pissing them off and they'll hate vegans forever. I think that's actually negative. I think it's counterproductive to piss people off that hard. What's up, Dr. Bear? Every issue has some activists that think people think are too noisy, too extreme. Is it a worthy cause? VLAM says, well, we can't control whether people feel shame when confronted by the truth. Absolutely true. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to lie to people. I'm going to show you the facts, lay it out how what the evidence-based information is, backed by solid, valid inferences made through logic. Hang on one second. My iPad was giving me a message there. What was I saying there? I was responding to what VLAM said. Yeah, I'm just giving people the truth. I have no control how they will react when confronted with solid evidence-based information and solid valid logic. I have no idea. Some people get triggered. Some people freak the F out. I can't control it. Some people are cool and want to have an engaging dialectic about it. I have no control over that, but I try to be respectful as much as I can. Cool, Taylor. Do you have any other questions about what I consider effective vegan activism? And again, I define effective by not how bad you made someone feel and shameful. It's about how likely that interaction will lead to the person you're discussing to consider going vegan now or in the future. I don't know if I'm a nice vegan, Taylor. I'm just not an asshole. I understand it's not about me. My vegan activism is not about me. It's about helping people to realize what they're doing. And that's how I became vegan. I realized what I was doing, realized I didn't have to have animals bred into existence and exploited their entire lives to get slaughtered so I can have a burger. I realized I can eat plants and live and thrive. And I think most people are against animal cruelty and exploitation. They're just so used to it. It's been so normalized that they don't really question the ethics of having animals bred into existence to be slaughtered so they can have burgers, as when there's perfectly healthy ways of eating plants to sustain oneself on. So that's my whole goal. Show people, you don't have to have animals killed for you. Yeah, and there's other vegans that show slaughterhouse footage, and I'm not against that. I'm totally fine with going out in the street like Joey does. Hey, look at this slaughterhouse footage. I actually personally captured, so you can't gaslight me on if this is true or not. And anyway, other vegans show slaughterhouse footage and confront me with the brutality I'm supporting. It's true. That's exactly what's going on. If they're triggered by that, well, what are they being triggered by? The truth of what's happening, or they feel some kind of internal guilt? That's bad. You're better than that. Don't threaten my worldview and actions. Oh, okay. Uncle sorted it out that Taylor has had experience with non-nice vegans. He has. Well, Taylor, let me just tell you this. I think that's what AJ was saying earlier, or Dr. Bear, is that it doesn't matter if we're talking about vegan activists or any kind of activism, whatever, pick any cause, you're going to find some a-hole activists. That has nothing to do with the cause, has to do with the person. They were probably an a-hole before they got into veganism. They're just an a-hole, and they just happen to be an a-hole and a vegan. So my point is, just because you encountered an a-hole vegan doesn't mean that's how vegans have to be. You just encountered an a-hole. Vegans are just a cross-section, a slice of humanity, if you will. We cross all demographics and personality types and incomes and education, religion, all that sociology stuff. There's no such thing as a vegan type or anything like that. So my point is, let's say 1 in 10 people are assholes. Well, you're going to have 1 in 10 vegans that are assholes, and 1 out of 10, environmental activists that are assholes. It's just how it works. We're just a slice of humanity. And Peter, thanks for that tip there. Your Dex group disrespected a crab festival with banners and megaphones. Yeah, I mean, that's cool. That's just more of a statement. You're not standing outside of a restaurant per se. You're going to a crab festival, which is like a boasting. Here, look at all this animal cruelty and exploitation. Let's make a festival about animal cruelty and exploitation. So you're just going there and making a stand. You're making a political statement. That's cool. You're in Typo City today, AJ? That's cool. I'm in Typo City every day. Yep, AJ. Vegans are like anyone else. A-hole vegans do exist, just like a-hole climate activists exist. There's a-hole Christians. There's a-hole Buddhists. There's a-hole everything, Just because you met an a-hole of anything doesn't mean that's how they all are. Taylor, no, Taylor. You said, well, I can't go vegan myself, but all the power to you. Your sentence is wrong. Change the word can't to won't. You just won't go vegan. There's nothing why you can't go vegan, right? Unless you're that guy that came earlier and said, I have this 1 in a billion genetics where I need burgers or I'm going to die or something like that, which we found is probably just pulling our legs. Anyway, no, you decided you don't want to go vegan, Taylor. Not that you can't. You can totally go vegan. If I went vegan, I'm just some dude. I was a dude in my 40s and I went vegan. There's nothing special about me. But what's so hard to sustain? Oh, Johanu, you had digestive issues and your teeth rotted. Well, what the hell were you eating? I've been vegan now for 14. This fall will be 15 years, and I'm 58 years old now. My teeth aren't rotting. I have the same kind of teeth issues now as I did before. In fact, my teeth are doing wonderful right now. Teeth, gums, all that stuff. So what were you doing? Why were you not brushing your teeth? I mean, that seems to be. Were you doing fruitarian? I'm getting fruitarian vibes from you, Johanu. Was that what you were doing? Were you doing like a raw diet of some kind? Where a lot of raw people have extra dogmatic baggage beyond just the diet. They have these natural hygiene philosophies where they don't brush their teeth because no animal in nature carries a toothbrush and uses a toothpaste. So humans are like wild animals. Yeah, that's why I see so many raw people come back from they make a video. I got 10 cavities from the dentist. But yeah, you're eating all this sweet fruit and you're too afraid to brush your teeth or you're not brushing them enough. You're losing your teeth. Well, what were you doing? I mean, we have a whole bunch of people on right now that are vegan, Johanu, and we're not losing our teeth. So we have to ask the question, what were you doing? So are you trying to say going vegan there's a connection between vegan diets and losing and tooth decay or something? And losing your teeth? Okay, it says, yeah, there isn't a direct cause here, but yeah, there's some challenges. Maybe you're getting extra sweets. You're not taking care of your mouth to keep up with the extra carbohydrates that you're getting in your mouth. And yeah, maybe you're not getting nutrients like vitamin B12. You should be supplementing as a vegan, just any person really for that matter, unless you know that you have strong B12 levels, because 40% of North Americans are either deficient or dangerously low in B12. Well, my point is, the science doesn't say if you go plant-based, you're going to start losing your teeth, which makes me think there's something odd going on your end. You did drink a lot of large banana smoothies as a vegan. Well, guess what, Josh? I was the banana guy. I went on the doctor's TV show talking about like how I ate often 10 bananas a day, typically in the form of a smoothie. And again, I wasn't getting a bunch of cavities or anything like that. Just the normal thing, one every odd number of years, it's years between them or anything like that. Which was the rate I was getting them back before I went vegan or anything like that. But yeah, you got to brush your teeth. You got to take care of your teeth, especially if you're getting all these big smoothies in. Because from what I understand, the bacteria in your mouth, they love carbohydrates and stuff. So if you're getting a lot of extra sweets, you got to take care of your teeth. The thing is, I was buying 40-pound boxes every week from Whole Foods, 40-pound boxes of bananas. I was the crazy banana guy. I'm still here, got my teeth, everything. So it makes me a little suspicious of how your dental hygiene actually was. Yeah, AJ, I'm sorry, Dr. B. I'm aware how the quick AI overview works out here. So anyway, yeah, Dr. Bear, don't take my advice. I'm not a dental professional, but I will say, yeah, what I do, and if you want to follow what I'm doing with my dentist and oral hygienist have told me to do. Here is my dental routine. I brush several times a day, meaning at minimum 2, often 3, 4, 5 times a day. That's every day. Every day. I also floss my teeth at night before I go to bed, and also pretty much every day. I would say like 29 out of 30 days or so. 28 out of 30 days, I have an oral irrigator, a water floss pick that I run in between the gaps of my teeth and gums and stuff like that. I do this all the time, and it's working out really well for me. So yeah. So now we're talking about phytates and anti-nutrients. You're worried about phytates? How about lectins? You want to throw that in there too, Johanu? Many of these anti-nutrients, I'll show you, are deactivated. They're inactive once you cook or soak or boil, heat the plants. You can't eat a hard bean or something like that. So a nice try with that one. I mean, if the plants really had all these anti-nutrients, why am I still alive? Why am I still healthy? And maybe I'm a freak of nature. Maybe I have this weird 1 in a billion metabolism that can break down the anti-nutrients in plants. Well, again, I'm not a freak. I'm doing what these health organizations from around the world have been saying should happen, that a well-planned, sensible vegan diet is nutritionally adequate for all people. And they wouldn't say this if plants were trying to kill us with all their anti-nutrients. Yeah, don't eat raw beans. Soak them, cook them. You know, it's not that hard. You struggle getting strong as a vegan. You are aware, there's vegan bodybuilders. You are aware there's vegan athletes that won gold medals. You are aware that there's vegan NFL and NBA players. You are aware that there's vegan Olympic weightlifters, men. Kendrick Ferris competed in the Olympics. In fact, that year, he was the only United States man to even qualify to get into the Olympics. And he was a vegan. He beat out all the meat-eating people. So I'm not sure what you're doing, Johanu. I don't know why your teeth are falling out, your muscles are becoming flabby from eating plants. I'm not sure what you're doing there. To me, if what he's saying is true, there's a huge red flag going on in my head. I'm hearing malnutrition. That's when things go wrong. That's when you can lose your hair, teeth even, I imagine, muscle, stuff like that. Malnutrition, maybe not getting enough calories, under eating. So yeah, that could have been happening to you if you're doing all these banana smoothies or something like that and not eating enough cooked food. It's really easy to undereat on a raw vegan diet, as I found myself firsthand when I tried it out for a little bit. Yeah, vegan gymnasts. Yeah, there's a vegan gymnast on right now, so on our live stream. So my point is, there's vegans in all elite levels of sports all around the world. So I'm not buying this thing. Oh, I went vegan, I got weak. Well, tell that to the vegans that won medals at the Olympics last year. No, we don't have an oats recipe, Uncle. We just get store-bought oats, What's up, Muthaline? Did I hear about the water buffalo hunting, getting big game hunter recently? No, I didn't hear anything about that, huh? Support system. He doesn't see the comment. What comment am I missing, support system? HHV, do you have any objection to the statement provided earlier? Could you do me a favor? I'm running the live stream right now, so I don't see everything. I'm not like God. I'm not omniscient, all-knowing, all-seeing, and all that stuff. I'm just a simple 58-year-old music producer here trying my best. So if you could do me a huge favor, since you're not running the live stream, can you go back and maybe copy and paste it, or just retype it for me? That would be very helpful if you could do that. Thank you. AJ, your favorite vegan actor can lift 405 pounds. Who's your favorite vegan actor again? That's impressive. 405 pounds, like a deadlift. Oh, that's cool, Redlocks. I didn't see that. That's a nice publicity stunt. So PETA, People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, bought a single share of Domino pizza. They said on Twitter they are planning to get vegan cheese on the menu. They should. I mean, what the hell? It's 2025. Support system. Would I have any moral/ethical objection to consuming leftovers of animal products that would have been thrown away otherwise? Yeah, I absolutely do. Again, let's look at the definition of veganism. First of all, there's the health of veganism, but we don't care about that now. We're concerned about the ethics. So let's see what veganism is. It's a stance against animal cruelty and exploitation. And it says down here, the practice of dispensing in dietary terms. It denotes the practice of dispensing with all products derived wholly or partly from animals. So yeah, these products are still coming from animals. And typically, if you're getting byproducts of animals, leftovers or whatever, those bits still came from animals that were treated cruelly and treated exploitatively their whole life. So the moral quandary is still there. It's not like it becomes absolved or something like that. Those dead animal leftover bits shouldn't be there in the first place. You're in essence, you're given a vote. Like, I'm not voting with my dollar, is what you're saying, but I'm voting with that. I'll still support your products. I'll take your products and consume them, and even boast to people that I consume these products, even though I know very well that the only reason why I can get this leftover byproduct or whatever is because it's a leftover byproduct of animal cruelty and exploitation. Just like, for instance, say, what's a leftover Isn't like gelatin or something like that? Can you guys give me an example of a product that humans use that's a leftover bit from animal cruelty and exploitation? I'm having trouble thinking of one off the top of my head. So why don't you guys throw one at me here? Is that how gelatin comes about? I know there's products that are used because it's just leftover crap from animals. Once they've slaughtered them and stuff like that. Let's see. If you guys, collagen. Okay, something like that. Okay, so support system is saying, by consuming leftovers, I mean eating 1/4 of a hamburger your friend makes that will be thrown away if I don't eat it. Well, again, the definition says dispensing with animal products. And again, two things. First, I'll go, why would you want to eat an animal product? Because, you know where it came from. And that is where the moral problem is. You know that the only reason that burger is there is because an animal was exploited and slaughtered. The animal cruelty industry produced that product that your friend only ate half of or whatever, and you're saying, well, it's only going to go in the garbage can, I'm going to eat it. Well, again, you're by consuming that product, you're giving approval of how that product even came to be. Do you understand there? If you found something, let me try to see if I can find another way to put that. I'm in trouble right now because I'm so hungry and tired right now. But I think that point should stand on its own right there. If by participating in consuming that product, you're given a thumbs up, some kind of approval, whether overt or tacit, that you have no moral issue with that product, or else you wouldn't be a part of its whole chain. The chain went from a living sentient animal being bred in existence, slaughtered or exploited its whole life, slaughtered, a package sent to the restaurant, cooked on a grill, your friend got it on his plate, ate a lot of it but not the whole thing, and it's there to you. The whole causal chain is still there. Just because it's going to get thrown in the trash next doesn't separate you from the causal chain of cruelty and exploitation that led to you pondering whether you should eat that fraction of a burger. So I don't see the moral absolution from this whole causal chain. Yeah, there's a great example, Stephen. Yeah, like cannibalism. Like, hey, my friend just ate a dude. My friend just ate a guy. He couldn't complete eating the whole guy. There's still like a nice arm left there, and if I don't eat it, that arm's going to get thrown away. Would that make cannibalism okay? Still the same thing. It doesn't resolve the moral issue that your friend ate a guy. It's the same exact thing. Same parallel reasoning there. Okay, here's some examples. I was trying to think of a byproduct that people consume. Wool. Well, that's exactly. I was thinking like something that comes from like killing an animal. They take some bit out and make a product out of that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, wool is a little different because they continually are shaving the animal. I'm not saying that's morally totally cool or anything like that. I was trying to find the byproduct of killing an animal. AJ, yeah, gross, Steven. That cannibalism example. What the heck? Well, that's a perfectly fine example. It's gross, but it shows the same moral issues. Just because your friend didn't finish eating a dude, doesn't make it okay to eat the leftover bits that your friend didn't eat. Unless you're saying, okay, I have no moral issues with eating a dude, because my friend was going to throw it away. The dude's arm is going to get thrown in the trash. Same moral problem there. Okay, Thugpig43, awesome. All right, well, answer this one, Mr. Vegan. No, I'm not Mr. Vegan. That's someone else. It won't be easy. One animal always tells truth. The other always lies. And the first animal says, I want to eat both of us. The second says, I agree. Can you not speak in riddle? I'm not really trained in the form of riddle. What's the argument you're trying to make here? I could try to piece it together myself, but I'm just way too tired from all my my experience at the gym earlier today, and considering around the past the 2 hour mark. I usually end these before 2 hours, so please just spell it out for me. What are you trying to say there? That some animals eat other animals or something? Show me the moral. Just spell out the moral problem for me. Pretend like I'm a dumb person. You don't have to pretend too hard. You probably think I'm stupid. Just spell it out for me like I'm dumb, and I'll try my best to answer it. Yeah, Uncle. Yeah, talking about Ali Tabrizi, how he couldn't be vegan because of marshmallows. Yeah, they make very good vegan marshmallows. Okay, that was it, y'all. You're okay. I think you're Pug 43. You're advocating for veganism. I didn't get the subtlety there, the Thug Pug. I'm sorry, my bad. So I'm tired, a little hungry. I'm quite hungry actually. So my bad if I didn't understand the question there. Let's see. I don't remember you, Thug Pug 43. Where you been hanging out this whole time? Let's see. D Rabbit White says they hide so much. Byproducts are the thing that bring in the most money, more than the food part of slaughter. Yeah, I'm telling you, what are some of these byproducts that I'm not able to think of off the top of my head right now? Dr. Bear says these edge cases are so strange. Cannibalism, eating meat that's going to be going to the trash. How often does that exactly? That I know it's funny how anti-vegans love to throw in these kind of weird scenarios that will pretty much not happen to most of us. It seems like if you're vegan, you're always gonna have to find yourself on a desert island or something like that, where there's no plants or something like that. I don't know. Let's see, how often does that actually happen? Veganism is about what you do the vast majority of time, day in and day out. Not weird, hypothetical things like that don't happen. Yeah, desert island type of scenarios. But they're kind of fun to explore, as a thought experiment. I don't get angry when such scenarios get brought up. I'm perfectly fine, because often thought experiments help kind of flush out your moral beliefs, so they're useful. I just think, though, that the reason why a lot of people bring them up is it's kind of insincere. They're not really trying to arrive at truth or something like that, trying to find some weird gotcha or something like that. But I'm game. I'll play, because I'm that kind of person. Oh, Taylor, you just brought up the landlocked version of the desert island thing. So now you have us in a forest. See, that's what's going on here. It's the same thing. We're talking about these as scenarios. Here, I'll just do the desert island scenario to humor you guys. The forest shouldn't be too much different, but if I was a vegan trapped on a desert island, what would I do? Well, first of all, cannibalism could be an option, right? Right? If we're talking about desert island, who's there with me? Have I crashed with a bunch of other people too on the desert island? Are some of them dead? Cannibalism might be an option. The thing is, I've never been in such a life-death scenario. So to sit here in my house, comfortably with the air conditioning on, electricity, food in the fridge, restaurants just nearby. To say what I would actually do, to be honest with you guys, I have no real fucking idea. I really don't, because I've never been in such a situation. I can give you my intuitions, what I think I would and wouldn't do, but I really wouldn't know until I was actually there. So for instance, on a desert island, say there were no plants to be found and no hope of getting rescued anytime soon, because you can fast for a bit and live and all the desert island, I wouldn't start and say they were like huntable animals. First of all, how are you going to catch them? You probably didn't land with like a shotgun or whatever, it's kind of hard to catch animals. They're smart and they're freaking fast. So I would say, okay, if I was going to die, I would probably venture into the water and start eating like bivalves, the clams and little crustacean mollusk things. I would probably eat those I don't think I would have any problem trying to survive on bivalves if I was stuck on a desert island. If that meant dying or eating a clam until the rescue comes, I would probably eat bivalves. So there you go. Vegan admits he would eat bivalves if stranded on a desert island and facing death. But I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't. I'm just thinking I probably would. Would I eat a dead fellow traveler? I don't think I would, but I'm sure if you surveyed the Donner Party before they left on the infamous Donner Party, I'm sure all of them would have unanimously agreed they would never eat each other, and they ended up eating each other. At least some of them did. Some of the people who passed away. I don't think I would. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't, but if it meant coming home to my wife, I don't know. I don't think so. I probably would be too grossed out, but you never know. I tell you, none of the Donner Party would have said, yeah, I would totally eat brother Jedediah. No problem. If he passes, Jedediah's my dinner, So anyway. Hiking Hippo says, hey Ryan, have you ever been told that you were un-American for advocating for animals? No, I have never been told that in my entire life. How do we respond to this? It just makes me like America less, but I'm sure there's a better response. I'm sure just one nut. I've never heard that in my life, so don't hate America anymore because of that weird person that said that, because I've never heard that one before. I think they're just making weird stuff up. Okay, D Rabbit, right, wrote some byproducts above. Okay, film. Whey and whey. Yeah, whey is a byproduct, right? Let me see if I scroll up and get some more. Let's see. Was that it right there? But yeah, whey. Yeah, what does whey come from again, guys? Just remind me. But yeah. Milo, you'd rather be dead than non-vegan? Well, I tell you, yeah, I would think I would live by that credo, but if it meant dying or eating a clam, I'd probably eat a clam. I'm just saying, if it meant coming home to Angie, I'd probably eat the clam. Would I go higher up on the chain? I don't think so, but I don't know. I'm being honest, I've never been in a life-death scenario like that, so I don't know how I would really react in such a real situation. Okay, whey is from milk. So yeah, there we go. There's a great byproduct there, whey. It's like saying, okay, well, whey is a discarded byproduct from the dairy making process, so there's no moral fault there. No, I mean, it's a product that comes from killing animals and exploiting animals. So that's the same issue with eating like your friend's stuff, or anyway, your friend's leftover burger. I've never heard of that split fiction and the disturbing pig sequence. Wow. Although apparently the pig sequence and split fiction did turn some people vegan. I've not seen that. Okay, so what's that support you asked me about the leftovers is because there would not be any direct support of the industry. Oh, like the meat industry. Well, yeah, I said I said that. I clarified the distinction. You would not be voting with your dollar to the meat industry saying, yes, produce more of this. My dollar is telling you, yeah, there's demand, make more supply. You're not voting for it, but you're still consuming the product of their industry. It's like the same parallel with whey. You're not paying per se for an animal to be killed or anything like that, but there was death and cruelty in the production of whey. They're saying, well, whey was the whey here was just going to get thrown in the trash anyway, so we can just sell it to people as a protein supplement. We're doing something net positive here because it was destined for the trash. But the only reason why it exists is because you had to kill animals to get that whey in the first place. And the same thing about your friend's burger. The only reason why you even had an option to get your friend's burger or the whey at the protein store is because of the animal cruelty and exploitation industry that produced that byproduct or leftover bit in the form of your burger there. So yeah, you're not directly supporting with your dollars, but you are still participating willfully in the products that these cruel industries produce. That's the distinction there. I'm trying to make as clear as possible. Yeah, whey. Let's not forget whey. Yeah, the dairy industry directly profits by this byproduct. They sell all the milk and cheese that they can, and then, no, we have this whey stuff. Hey, we were just throwing this away decades ago. Now these weird people want to supplement their protein gains with that, so let's market whey and sell whey. Okay, I see your distinction there, Dr. Bear. I tell you, there's the distinction between monetarily supporting and still participating in the product of that industry. There's a huge difference there. It's not all moral actions require a monetary exchange. You see what I'm saying? Not all of them do. But still participating in the product, saying, hey, the product that they make, I'm going to vote for it with my consumption of it. That's the difference there. That's you're not paying, there's no monetary exchange, but there's the supporting of the product. It's like, say, it's hard for me to make analogies right now. I think I'm too hungry. But I agree, Dr. Bear, these weird edge cases don't define what veganism is. But yeah. Anyway, let's see if I missed any questions here. Dr. Bear, are oysters harmed? You're asking Tad, are oysters harmed from pearl harvesting? I'd imagine so. If the oysters are still alive, they're doing their oyster business. Okay, there's a nice list of stuff hiking hippo to avoid. Good job there. Everyone can copy and paste that. It's a pretty good list. I don't know if it's complete and exhaustive, but it'll definitely do. The oyster business. There's people that profit off oysters, so that's the oyster business. It's okay, Dr. Bear. It's okay. This is a place where I want people to feel safe about expressing their thoughts in a rational manner. Totally cool. It's a safe space, and hopefully everyone is respectful of that. And I'm just giving you my opinion. I heard yours, but I hope you heard my distinctions. I definitely heard your distinctions there, Dr. Bear, which I appreciate. Let's see. What's up, Peter? I mean, hey, my family had a cat and it died. Should we have eaten it just because it's going to be buried? Oh, man. I didn't touch that one with a 10-foot pole. Wow. Well, what do you think? This is a long live stream. I think Sarah encourages me to keep it to 2 hours. I've just been kind of like, when Sarah starts getting antsy after the 2 hour point, I go, I should end this live stream at the 2 hour point. But, and by the way, Dr. Bear, I don't think we've had a discussion quite like this probably since 7 months ago when like you were on last. Honestly, I can't remember the last time we talked about eating leftovers or whey or whatever, stuff like that. So it's been a while. Don't think that we talk about this on a nightly or weekly basis since you've been gone. Tonight's quite a bit of an anomaly. Yeah, why isn't seafood considered meat? It's like, what is meat? It's flesh from an animal. You know, in the case of cows, pigs, and all that, they're animals, and fish are not. They're I mean, mammals. Like fish are something else, but still, it's the flesh of a sentient, once living creature. What do you think, support system? Don't you think Peter would have a moral objection to his family eating a dead cat, a dead family cat? I mean, if you want to eat it, support system, if you have no moral objection to it, I mean, would you eat a dead cat? If like your cat died, would you just eat it? If it, hey, I'm just going to the trash. I mean, you're not like, let's just say your cat died naturally. You're not like, ending his life early for whatever reasons, often valid. It's like, it's in pain and all that stuff. Not so just say a healthy cat just drops down dead. Are you saying you to eat it? Is that what you're trying to say? I mean, even I think most meat eaters would find that a non-intuitive idea, unless they're dying or something like that. They're stranded on a desert island. D. Rabbit White says seafood is not considered meat, so that Catholics could eat meat on Friday. I think I've heard this before, coming from a background of Irish Catholicism. AJ, when you were a vegetarian, people considered chicken a vegetable. It's funny. I tell you, I had a friend who went to France. This is like maybe 10 years ago. Maybe a little bit longer, and he said he was a vegetarian, and so you eat so we'll give you chicken instead. Like, no, vegetarian chickens are not a vegetable. It's funny, they just think vegetarian means you don't eat beef or something. It's that's why it's called vegetarian, like vegetable. I guess the word's totally different in French, but anyway, yeah. What is the word for vegetable in French? Verduras in Spanish. What is it in French? It's been a long time since I studied French. Yeah, that's exactly why support system and Dr. Bear, that's exactly why people don't eat their dead pets. Technically, there's no cruelty and exploitation when your pet or someone's pet dies of natural causes. They just died. The reason why people don't eat that is a whole different reason from what veganism is. Remember, veganism is about animal cruelty and exploitation. Did that bell ring there? I think I had my speaker off. Animal cruelty and exploitation. When your pet dies of natural causes, like your cat or dog, that's not cruelty and exploitation. I mean, the end result is the same. There's a dead animal, but the reason why there's a dead cow versus your dead pet, completely different causal reasons, different morality. So that's why people don't eat their pets. Not because of animal cruelty and exploitation reasons, just because it's something else. It's something different. It has nothing to do with veganism. So that's the word. Lifestyle is key. Vegetarian, is that really a French word now? Huh. Yeah, the reason why people don't eat their pets, yeah, it's like you said, it has nothing to do with veganism. It's like a psychological thing, It's just like, no, it's that kind of thing. Like, no. Let's see. Let's see, 100% Dr. Barros. I'm glad we're on the same page on that one. I mean, it's so obvious, yeah. It's not a vegan situation any longer. Not in that scenario, at least. That's nothing to do with veganism. Peter said you told a restaurant you were vegan. They said, oh, like gluten-free? It's like, really? Like, is this recently? People still don't know what vegan is in Canada? That's crazy. Yeah, it's okay to acknowledge that sometimes we do things from more emotional or psychological reasons rather than from like cold, hard logic or a moral, ethical principle or something like that. Yeah, the reason why we don't eat our pets is not the latter. It's not logic, it's not ethics, it's something else. But yeah, fish should just be called meat. It's still the flesh of a living creature. Who cares if it's a mammal or not a mammal? It's still the flesh of a living creature. Happened to vegan zombie too? He told a waiter he's vegan. Oh, you mean gluten-free? I would have laughed even harder. I said, oh, you mean you eat chicken then, right? You're trying to cut back on your beef or something. Yeah, that's funny, Uncle. You point out the great irony there that at these places like where Vegan Zombie went to the restaurant and Peter went to a restaurant, it's the food industry. You think they know the difference between gluten-free and vegan? I mean, I could see if you walked into something else, like say an automotive repair shop, yeah, maybe the people there might not know the difference between, but if you go into a restaurant, you would think they would know that dietary distinction. They're not bagging on people in automotive repair shops. Just the first thing that came to my head that was something that totally unrelated, from, you could walk into an AI laboratory, whatever, just anything, that's not like a food industry place. Yeah, you could totally use propositional logic to deduce you love Mr. Bear. Should I do it for you? Let me think if I can make a valid logical syllogism that would conclude that you love Dr. Bear. Let's see. Let me see if I can make one for you. This is simple, but it's valid and true. It's kind of trivial, but it's a logical, valid inference here. Premise 1 would be for you, I love my husband. Premise 2, Mr. Bear is my husband. Conclusion, I love my husband. So yeah, there's a logical inference, a valid logical inference that you love your husband. If those two premises are true, the conclusion must be true. Mr. Charles, slutty vegan. What's my favorite vegan fast food restaurant? I don't know if we have those around here, Hiking Hippo, but my favorite one is we have a drive-through plant-powered fast food. It's like a West Coast thing. Second to that, my favorite one is Veggie Grill. So yeah, those are two. We have both of those here in Long Beach, and they're around other places in Southern California. We're just visiting some relatives a few weeks ago, and yeah, there's a plant-powered there's a Veggie Grill near there. We stopped by there, got some burritos. Okay, Mr. Charlie's is the vegan McDonald's. No, I've not seen one. What part of the world are they in? AJ, you told a waiter that you were vegan and they brought out a plate of plain pasta. Like, yeah, usually like a tomato or marinara sauce would be, wouldn't have any cheese or meat in it or something like that. Weird. Huh. Oops. I dropped my guitar pick. 1 second, guys. Maybe I could think of a better one for you, Dr. Bear. That was the first one that came to mind off the top of my head. But yeah, it's a sound logical argument. It's absolutely true. That's a great thing about logic. A lot of people think logic, they don't know what logic really is. Let me just go on a quick ramble about logic. Logic isn't like a synonym for way of thinking or something like that. Like, it's my logic that if we did this would. No, logic is it's a valid rules of inference. There's a whole science to logic. It means something very specific. And the cool thing about logic I'm getting at is that if your premises are true and you use a valid form of argument, as I did there with Dr. Bear, the conclusion has to be true. It has to be. That's the power of logic. If you have true premises and a valid argument form, what you conclude is a fact. So that's really powerful to have facts. No, I don't know if logic is part of the scientific method, Uncle. No, not really. It's a different sort of thing. They're different. Scientific method is a certain method for of discovering truth through repeatable, observable, testable experiments and stuff. No, logic is a bit different like that from that. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It's kind of an intersection of math and philosophy. Absolutely. It's closer to math than philosophy in the sense that mathematics produces truths, like 2 + 2 = 4. That's objective. It's always true. And same with an argument, a valid argument structure combined with true premises, it produces a conclusion. That is true. So that's the connection to math there. Can I logically prove that? Maybe if I have more food in me or something like that. Yeah, D Rabbit, why? We just had some delicious vegan pastries the other morning at the vegan Italian place here that we love in our hometown. Yeah, so delicious. We go there. I love going there for so many reasons. First of all, I love supporting an awesome vegan business. I want them to succeed. And I love how they don't charge the vegan tax on their oat milk. You know, if you go anywhere, Starbucks, even my other little favorite coffee shop that used to be my favorite coffee shop that Angie turned me on to a few years ago, they charge $1 for each cup of coffee for oat milk. It's like, really, $2? We're drinking $2 combined of oat milk. So one way we'll get around that is just get a large one and share it. So it's still the same tax, just one cup, $1. But anyway, yeah, you go to the vegan place, the coffee's the same price. They don't put the vegan tax on, so we buy 2 cups all the time. They're making more money by not screwing us with the vegan tax. They have delicious pastries that I believe are made in-house. I think it was the pastry chef who came to us, was it yesterday or the day before, and gave us a special treat as we're eating the ones that we bought. So it's so good, man. We're so lucky to have that restaurant here. And AJ, you would love it. Seriously, if you ever come out here, we're going. We're going to take you to the vegan Italian place. You will want to move here just for that restaurant. They have great wine pairings if you go for dinner. I've seen people drink wines earlier in the day too. I haven't done that, but yeah, you would love it so much. So good. And what's so awesome about it, they're open in the morning. They open at 8. They're open for coffee. You just go there and get the pastries and coffee. Then you can go later on in the day for lunch or dinner. So you can live your whole life there if you wanted to. Yeah, I agree, Dr. Beer. Oat milk should be cheaper than dairy, not more. I can't imagine. It's $1 more expensive per cup to put in a little bit of oat milk versus expensive dairy. I mean, we always hear about how expensive dairy milk is. That's why, on principle, I don't want to go to coffee shops that charge the vegan tax. I know they're ripping us off. They're penalizing us. They're taxing us for wanting a milk that's more ethical and should be less expensive. It pisses me off. That's why I'll walk an extra block or two to go to the vegan Italian place for their delicious coffees. I don't know, hiking hippo, why the vegan milks don't come in those big jug carton things. I mean, I think part of it is I think those are for families. So usually you don't have a vegan family, right? So usually our vegan family here, meaning families, meaning kids, parents and kids, that's why the non-vegan milks come in such a big size, because they're thinking everyone, mom, dad, all the kids are drinking the dairy milk. They can have a big freaking one. I think the vegan milks are typically not for extended families like that. So it'll be like a small family, like me and Angie. So we get by with those nice gallon cartons. Is that the size they are? You know what I'm talking about, those long carton things, as opposed to those big plastic ones, which are for, I think, a larger size family. I mean, that's cool. I'm sure there's larger vegan families out there. I'm not saying they don't exist, but I think that's more rare than just an extended non-vegan family drinking milk because everyone drinks milk. Anyway, So anyway, yeah, Peter. Yeah, I know a lot of people are not traveling to the United States right now. No, I know a lot of Canadians, particularly, are not wanting to spend their precious vacation money in our country right now, and our economy is going to be feeling it if they're not already. Especially with all the troubles of immigration and entering the borders and them checking all your stuff. I heard they check your social media and stuff like that. Make sure that you're not like some kind of hater or anything like that. It's like, wow, that's unprecedented. Peter, I think Starbucks dropped the upcharge on vegan milk because it got sued. If I remember correctly, it was a lawsuit that brought the end of that. So I wish whoever is behind that lawsuit could go after all these smaller places too. Not that I want the mom and pop shops to get shut down. I just want them to not F us vegans by charging us $1 or whatever they want to charge for their vegan milk tax. And it's usually a buck a cup or a glass, whatever. Oh, that's cool, Dr. Bear. You can buy big jugs of oat milk from your local Albertsons. I've never seen that before. But, I don't really have an Albertsons nearby. But when I look at the other big markets I've been to, I can't say that I've ever seen a big jug of a vegan milk yet, of plant-based milk. Yeah, AJ, our tourism is not kicking ass right now. Yeah. Oh, good news. I found my birth certificate. So I guess I won't ever get deported or iced or anything like that. I found it. I had to look around. It was over in my mom's house area. She was keeping it for me at a safety deposit box at her bank. So I looked in there. I had 2 copies. I had one from the year I was born and another one from the 80s. I don't know why I had the second one from the 80s. So I grabbed that one, left the original one in the bank security safe thing there. So in case something bad happens and I lose mine. But yeah, I found my birth certificate. I thought I was gonna have to go through a big process to try to contact the local governments to give me a copy. So yeah, I got one. I'm not getting kicked out. I also found my parents' birth certificates too, in case they go after like naturalized citizenship. My parents were born in the United States too. I'm born in the United States. It's weird that it's even such a thing that I'm even having to think about crap like that. It just shows you we shouldn't have to be concerned about stuff like that, but yeah. Oh, Peter, hopefully it won't be too long to see you, Peter. Yeah, I think that's what I was talking about, Uncle, to show your social media account. So that was for when applying for a visa, to show that you are, like, at least, if not pro, at least not against the current administration's policies. Is that what the intent is there? I like that, AJ. That's a cool sentiment on the shirt there. Totally agree. Deport racists for sure. Huh, that sounds like a little nightmare there, D-Rabbit. Let's see. All right, your co-leader is getting tired, man. We're coming up on 3 hours. See what we do when Sarah's not here. Sarah is really good at keeping me on track to a 2-hour live stream. Late Model is who I'm talking about. Her old username was Sarah, which I always mispronounced as Sarah. So now I think she likes it. I think she likes I just call her Sarah. Let's see. Let me read one last comment here from Hiking Hippo. Ryan, do I think bugs are less valuable than cows due to lower sentience? If so, do you think, oh, this is too hard for me? Ask me next Friday. That's going to take too long. I just want to go eat some food. And I also want to go check my washing machine now because, but I think there's kind of a hierarchy of sentience and conscience. I think, stepping on a bug, is not as bad as like slaughtering a cow. Just in a nutshell, we can flesh that out more next week. But that's like my response in a nutshell. I'm not dodging or trying to run away or anything like that. But I'm going, this can get really complicated. But I can say that really quickly, so that's why I said that. We all know it's different. There's a difference between stepping on a bug and shooting a cow, But anyway, guys, I'm gonna go look at my washing machine. Hope I didn't bend this too bad. No, it's the same. So I'm going to go look in the drum and the top, see if I find a little part for this. So thanks for giving me the advice, your suggestions as to what this part that came out of the dryer, the clothes dryer, what this could possibly be. So I'm going to go have a look-see. And it's great to see Dr. Bear. Dr. Bear, before I let you go, when do you think you'll be back? Let's see. Hopefully with your different gymnastics class schedule, you can start attending live streams more often again. What do you think, before I let you go, Dr. Bear, what do you think is going to be happening with your class schedule? Do you know you're starting a new schedule and it won't be Friday nights, or you're not sure? Like, let's just give me the quickest rundown so I can kind of have an expectation as to when we'll see Dr. Bear. It's great to have you back, Dr. Bear. Sarah's going to be jealous AF. And I'm not sure what my next video is going to be, Peter. So please keep sending me videos, Peter, to my Instagram. And I want to say, even if you've already sent me one or two, send me some more, because not every video is going to be like a good one to make. Like, say, like maybe like Doc Paul Saladino puts beef tallow on his face instead of sunscreen, and he thinks sunglasses give you cancer. That's interesting and crazy. It's not really a good topic for Happy Healthy Vegan, because that really has nothing to do with veganism, that he believes sunglasses give you skin cancer. You know, it's wacky, zany, but it's not really veganism, you know. But yeah, keep sending me stuff. I like to see that stuff, though. It's cool to see what kind of crazy stuff people are saying out there. Okay, but yeah, keep sending me stuff, Peter. And let's see, Dr. Bear. So you say now it's Tuesday and Thursday evenings. It's changed this summer. All right, great. So we'll start seeing you more, Dr. Bear. So yeah, please come back. And yeah, you found a weird week. We did weird stuff. I did that interview, the video interview. We had a couple trolls come. We haven't had trolls in like a month or two. It's crazy. I had several tonight, like 3 or 4, which is cool. I'm totally happy with trolls coming out. They're kind of fun to deal with a little bit. So anyways, thank you, Uncle. Thank you, Peter. Thanks for moderating. Yeah, it was a night where I could have you guys here in case things got hectic, and I'm glad you guys are here to have my back, and appreciate that so much. And thanks for all the super chat tips, Peter and AJ Vintage. And thanks also to Peter VLAM and Dr. Bear for renewing your memberships. You guys have been here the whole time with us. 38 months. That's like 3 years and 2 months. So I can't tell you how much gratitude I have for you guys sticking with us here as Happy Fam channel members and supporting our work the most direct way you can here. So thank you so much, guys. All right, guys. So this is a fun live stream. I'm not sure what my video for next week. I actually do have a video idea for next week. I forgot I have one, but I'll still look for anything you send me, Peter, but I think I got a topic. All right, guys, so that should be the goal. Hopefully I'll have a video for you. Probably it might come out. It's going to come out Tuesday or Thursday, I think. I have a weird schedule next week. Oh, and thank you, Dr. Bear, for the super chat tip. Thanks so much. Again, great seeing you, but no but there. I'll back to my original train of thought there. Yeah, that's the plan. One video next week and Friday live stream, and I hope to heck Dr. Bear comes back again. And if anyone joined us late, if you want to ask some more questions, I'll hopefully have a fresh head, full belly next Friday when we start, and just ask your questions again, Hiking Hippo, if you wanted to talk more about any topic that I had to quit kind of quickly on there. All right, guys, much love. See you guys next week. Really, I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here with me, being a part of my Friday night, part of my life. And I'll see you guys next week. Until next time, remember, doesn't suck being vegan.